and everything like that. But the fact that it's just now it's at a point where it doesn't even resemble it.
Yo.
Not even near. It's not even near close to resembling an Iron Man movie from like 2008 to a Thor or Hulk movie in 2022. Like the story arcs and shit, it's just a whole different dynamic that they're going. This whole
I mean, it's
different
the
road that they're going
multiverse.
on.
It's crazy complex.
Yeah, no, I think Euro's right. Like the standard for Marvel has been so high that that's why fans are like, "What the hell is going on? Why is Thor a dumb blonde? Why is She-Hulk twerking with Meg Thee Stallion?" Because that standard is high. If this was a DC comic film, if there was a DC comic film and they twerked with Meg Thee Stallion, I promise you, nobody would have batted an eye.
Nah, bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you like
Nobody
this.
would have batted an
Why?
eye because it's not a
I'm
standard for
no,
live films for
I'm gonna
DC the
I'm
same
gonna
way
tell
there
you
is
like this.
for.
As long as they would have stayed the course of trying to at least hold some sort of comic book relevancy, like they would be fine with what's dropping now. But the fact that they're going way too left with the twerking shit, with with the comic shit, with Thor being a dummy, I think that's what people are mainly upset about. If they would have at least stayed the course and trying to keep some type of comic book relevance, I think people would have been fine with it. Because it's hard to sell the top in Iron Man and Captain America and Avengers, and I think a lot of people understand that.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
Yeah.
Chad, do you guys tap into Marvel stuff like that? I like just watch the stuff and have no idea what's going on, so I'm not like into the lore and all that. I'm a casual Marvel guy.
We'll talk one day over multiverse. I'll give you all the answers.
You know
We'll
what?
talk
You
about
know
that
what?
shit for hours.
I didn't mind Doctor Strange though. I thought Doctor Strange wasn't that bad.
Nah, I thought Doctor Strange was good. I thought
Yeah.
it was overall good. Yeah. There's only two films that recently came out that I was like, all right, these shits is like, come on. Like the Eternals was fucked. Like I'm gonna tell you about the Eternals.
That was okay.
I'm
It
gonna
was
keep it
okay.
buck with y'all. Icarus, but it's not okay though, because Icarus is Superman.
Oh,
And
I
the
don't
fact
know. I
that
don't know.
and the fact that Icarus is out here getting tore up and they holding him back, bro. Comic books, that's not happening, bro. Like Icarus is not going out the way he was going out in the movie, yo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And the thing that was killing me is why the hell did they become the villain low key in the movie? Like what?
Icarus was a good guy.
Icarus ain't really ever been like a villain like that. Like, yeah, his views may have been shrewd compared to others, but he ain't never been like the towards the end. Like he was low key the antagonist at the end. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
he
Like,
tried to kill everybody.
yeah, trying to kill everybody. I'm like, oh, whoa, where are we going with some of this shit? So yeah, it is what it is.
I never read or looked up the Eternals, so I don't know
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah, we'll talk. We can talk shop another day. We'll talk comic books another day. I go on this shit for a long ass time.
Word.
Marz, are you with us today? You awake?
I'm watching my team lose a football game right now. So
Who's your squad, Mars? No,
Arsenal.
it's Premier League. Arsenal. I'm a Man U guy.
Well, you're beating us right now. So
Yeah, I know.
the moment JD went live, they scored, and I didn't want to react. So
Are you the type to get off the chair and yell goal?
no, I mean I celebrate when we score. We did score, but it got
Do your goal celebration right now.
Yo, do your goal celebration.
Don't be
Yeah.
shy, bro. You drank foot water.
This
Do
is
your
like
goal
the
celebration right
Jason
now.
Williams, the
No.
Jason
We gotta
Williams
see.
pass.
Is it
I
like
think
one
I-
of these? Just the quick.
If we scored, there might be a goal celebration.
If I heard Arsenal's trash this year, so that's not going to happen, is it?
Well, we're actually top of the league right now. But
Okay, maybe it's the other red team.
Man United.
Yeah, it's Man U. I just try to get him.
Is
high
Man
school?
United ass?
well, they're meant to be, but they're beating us. So I have no comment.
They really ain't that good as they like historically are, but yeah, as long as we be in Arsenal, shit. So that matters.
I was about to say in high school. In college, I used to try and come up with different 3-point like sullies, just to like get my teammates laughing and whatever, because I would only see the floor for a couple minutes a game. So it's like one of them was the 3 in the bowl and then licking the fingers. So stupid, dude. After touching a basketball too and like wiping your shoes, like
Man,
disgusting.
JD, this is back-to-back
JD.
episodes where you wild shit, bro. Speaking of wild shit, I finally watched that Donahue documentary.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Yeah, can we talk about the corruption in the NBA?
Bro, please. It's crazy.
I need to watch that. I need to watch that.
It's bananas.
What's that on? What's it on?
It's on Netflix, and we can maybe try and walk around this without like I mean, it's already been out there. The
I wanna
story's been
jump off
out
a
there.
cliff.
Whatever. Spoiler alert: if you don't want to hear any of this, skip past this, mute, whatever. Go take a step
I don't
away
even
for
think
2
this
minutes.
is a spoiler. I think this is all like, I think
Reassurance.
it's just like we know this already.
Right, of course, and that's why I'm saying like this has obviously been out for several years. It's just this documentary is finally out, and like you get to if you weren't paying attention, then you can kind of see what was going on. But yeah, go ahead, please, Euro.
I mean, honestly, man, I just think it's weird how the first, 20 minutes of it's like only an hour episode, right? And the first 20 minutes of it, before they even get to him doing the illegal stuff, like fixing the games or whatever, they had already laid out, like casually, how the NBA and the refs like manipulate outcomes of games just because they hold grudges against owners or players or coaches particularly, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is they listed like, okay, you know what, they have a squad of like 60 refs, like let's say like 60, between 60 and 65 refs, and 40 of the motherfuckers are still in the league today coaching.
Wow.
You know, and of course, top of the list is Scott Foster. And so, like, all of that stuff is making a lot more sense. They didn't speak on his relationship with Chris Paul, but they definitely showed footage of him and Chris Paul getting into it and kind of just left it at that as they were like narrating over it or whatever. So, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, the human aspect is very
It's three
real.
teams on the court, literally.
Yep.
Yo, I mean, you know that they ain't Chris Paul's over against Scott Foster. He over. Like he's legitimately 0.00000 when it comes to Scott Foster.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Bro, if Scott Foster ref is a Chris Paul game before I move back to California where, betting is not legal,
Yeah, you might
I'm a bet against
the
Chris
house.
Paul.
Oh, bro!
Yeah.
Every time
Hell yeah,
I see
bro.
every time I see a Chris Paul game, I check the refs just to see if Scott. Yo, it's guaranteed money. It's guaranteed money. It hasn't.
That's wild, bro.
It hasn't gone the other way once yet.
The most
Dang Door, the documentary is called Untold Flagrant Foul.
The most glaring thing about that was, and here's where the FBI screwed up, was going to the NBA and saying, hey, we know about this. Like, we're starting to investigate. Yeah. And they were letting Donaghy go back to the NBA while they knew all this stuff so that
he basically, they made him sign a paper that said that because he was basically, given insider information, quote unquote, all that he did in the beginning was, bro, I know this ref on this, 3-man team or whatever. That's
or this guy's hurt.
Like, I know that he has an issue with that coach, or I know that, like a player did something in like a previous game or whatever. And so like those 3 refs, they basically said like in a group chat, like, yo, man, we're going to be on his head this entire game or whatever. And so he would say, take that information, give it to the guy that works for the mafia. And he's like, yo, man, if you want to bet, go ahead and bet this way, because the refs don't like this player, or the refs don't like this coach. And so that's how it ended up happening before he even got to like fixing the game, right? And so the FBI ended up getting in because they was like, yo, all you got to do is sign this piece of paper that even if you think that you called this game fair and unbiased, right? The fact that you are making money, like you're getting kickback or whatever, subconsciously, you have to admit that
your judgment's clouded.
Your judgment's clouded. And so he was like, well, subconsciously, I don't know, I guess I admit to it. And basically he fucking just snitched on himself then. And then it was a wrap after that. You know what I mean? They started taking down the mafia and shit. Like, it was he should have just shut up.
Dell, thoughts about the Michael Jordan part of that, the clip that we sent?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Bro, it's crazy, man. They it's a nasty game they play, but when money's involved,
it is what it is, bro. It's not a secret. They do it for all sports.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of shit we just don't know about. I guarantee you 20 or 30 years down the line, we're going to hear some shit about that was going on in today's NBA. I think what people have to understand is that when things like this come into the air, you have to understand that our generation is doing this as well. I think a lot of people forget that. So I mean, when money's involved, bro, like son, people would do a lot for money, son.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, like
Mm-hmm.
money's the root of all evil,
That's a
bro.
fact.
When it comes to like
That's a
when it
fact.
comes to like the world and their priorities, money is one of them top things, bro. People willing to overlook a lot when money's involved. So just keep that in mind when we have these conversations, when we have these talks, and just keep those in mind, bro, because it's a evil world we live in, bro. Shout out to Future.
Euro, quick question. What do you like better, DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
You think Marvel make better movies?
Yeah.
Easily.
I don't like the reset button that DC can't seem to get their hands off. Like, you know what I mean? Like Batman reset. You know what I mean? Like they reset that dude all the time.
But
like
I don't think what. Okay,
What?
Christian Bale as Batman, right?
Fire. They
What
should have just
Marvel,
kept
what Marvel
Oh,
movie you have
oh,
is better
none.
than that?
not fire.
Wait, what he
Done.
say?
None.
Dark
say?
Knight.
The Dark Knight, there's nothing that's better than that, bro. I don't
Well, that's
care.
what I'm saying. So
No, I'm
why
saying
Of a,
why
of a
did they
superhero
reset it?
movie? Of a superhero
Yeah,
film?
Well,
No.
what do you think? Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying in terms of like whatever product that DC has in terms of like just cinematic offerings. The Dark
Yeah,
Knight series.
you can't use
is
one
best.
film, bro, to
No, I'm
represent
talking
the
about
whole.
that series.
I
I'm
think
talking about that series. Those 3 films.
it's
That's
ridiculous.
what that was the
Those
best.
3 films are great, but let's not act like all 3 of them films is greater than everything together that Marvel's put out. There's just no
No,
way.
not
No.
everything.
We're not
But I
talking.
think
I'm not
I
talking
don't.
about
I don't
Marvel. I'm not
think.
talking about
I
Marvel.
don't
I'm
think
talking
Marvel
about
has a
DC.
trilogy. I don't think Marvel has a trilogy that's topping those 3. That's all I'm saying.
It depends on who you talk to. 'Cause you ever
Avengers
watch-
is better than.
I ain't gonna lie. Depending on how
Dark
Guardians
Knight.
of the Galaxy, depending on how
Nah,
Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
I don't got the Avengers over, bro. I'm
depending
sorry.
on
Not
how
even
Guardians,
First one,
close.
Ultron,
Yo,
Infinity, and then
depending on how
Endgame.
Guardians
Yo,
of the
you
Galaxy,
tripping.
Nah, son, that's
Yo,
more
the
than
way-
that was.
Yeah.
Nah,
Guardians of
I'm
the
Yo.
Galaxy 3 might make for a great trilogy.
I'm trying to talk over you because the Garden of the Galaxy is terrible. It's
Wow.
atrocious.
no, Del, don't do that.
It's
Wow,
no,
It's
wow,
atrocious, bro.
Del, that's
It's
crazy.
Yo,
it's
Guardians of the
atrocious, bro.
Galaxy is probably the most accurate shit they got. Like, yo, when I say I love Guardians of the Galaxy,
It was fire.
it's
Nah, fire. Garden of the Galaxy is fire.
Yes,
Yes,
Del, come
yes.
on,
Nah.
you're tripping, bro.
Nah,
Guardians
yeah,
of the Galaxy
y'all
is
li-
fire, bro.
Y'all
I
lying.
think it's
Y'all
fire.
lying. Yeah,
Guardians,
lying. This
Guardians
is
is
why I was
fire.
here, so I won't get fined. But I don't think Avengers. I don't think nothing tops Dark Knight, Joker, and Bane.
So,
I don't think nothing
Joker-
tops them 3.
I will
For
say
that
this.
Marvel has came out with.
Yeah.
Nah, there's
I
way
mean,
better shit than
I
Marvel.
mean, I ain't mad. I ain't mad
And
if
the-
you say
and the
Joker
second
because I think the
Avengers,
Heath
what is
Ledger
it,
Joker is the
Endgame?
greatest
I
villain
think
ever.
Endgame is worse than Infinity War.
I agree.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so that's why it's like, and in Batman, I feel like it gets better, and you could argue Joker and Bane as to which one is better. So this is
Bane was
why.
so he gets slept on a lot. He don't get.
Yeah, but I
don't
feel
think
like I thought that movie was good, but I really think my personal opinion, like they could have did Bane a little bit better, bro. He didn't have his like, they didn't put like Bane's like steroids, his green tube steroids on his back, like
They
He's
had
got
to
a
make
strong-
it
Did
real.
that with
They
the
had to
Arnold
make it
Schwarzenegger
realistic,
movie.
though.
yo, they just got
made
a
it
strong
realistic.
motherfucker. They got a strong motherfucker and put a mask on. That motherfucker Bane's supposed to be like muscles
But
on muscles, bro.
Christopher
Like,
Nolan.
where's the
Christopher-
CGI? Where the CGI at?
Christopher Nolan, I think he wanted it to be more like realistic, more like set down to earth.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
he did. I mean, he did a phenomenal job of even without the drugs. The dude was a powerful figure, bro.
No, he
Like,
was.
powerful. Son.
My
It was
favorite
ridiculous.
line in that movie will always be where Bane goes
You
you
think the
merely-
darkness is your
yeah
ally.
you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it. I said, oh, that was
Molded
cold.
by it.
I said that was cold. I said,
Yo,
oh, he's cold.
He said.
So geeking over that.
Yo,
is
bro,
crazy.
this dude said I was born in the darkness, but by the time I seen the light,
Yo.
it did nothing but blind me. Bro, this dude was wild, son. Bane was a
Yo.
true menace.
Nah, Bane was a man. He said you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it.
For everyone that was asking, going back to the Donaghy documentary, the Michael Jordan stuff. So Michael Jordan had a spin move in the post where he traveled, and Tim Donaghy was a rookie ref, I think, and he was reffing a Michael Jordan game, and he was going to call it. And so he calls it, and then I believe it was another ref or a coach.
No, the league said this spin move out of the post needs to be called, period.
Mm-hmm.
And so he called it. And he happened to ref a Jordan game, and so he called it on Jordan like twice.
Yeah.
But they were
Phil
like,
said,
they were
Phil
on
said,
his head
you
because
could
they're
call
like,
that. You could call that. Don't call it
Right.
on that guy.
yes.
Right. Yeah, I think it was the other team. I thought it was the other team that was like they wanted that call or whatever, and yeah, they're like, you can't call that for Jordan. It was crazy, but
How you feel about that, Dale?
I don't. So this is who's telling this story. Like Donovan is saying, this is what they're telling him to do.
No, he didn't say that. Did he say that?
I didn't finish this documentary, so I didn't get to that part of it. But if that's what's coming out, I feel like even this stuff now with LeBron James, with some superstars that they let get by. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that.
You don't remember when they were saying about LeBron because he's just so physically imposing that if he's going
It's hard for them to
downhill,
make calls. Yeah.
because he's just so big and like people just bounce off of him, and so you actually can throw your body into him, and because you just bounce off of him like a pinball, like they don't call it, even though you're actually fouling LeBron. It looks like he's fouling you, so it's just a no call. Go ahead,
But
short
Right.
LeBron
layup.
be traveling too, though.
No, not even the travel and the move. That's one of the league. Like travel's a travel, I guess. But compared to traveling today, that's nothing. That might.
Yeah. When I first saw the spin, I'm glad they showed it back to back because I was
Right,
like,
because
I
the
didn't see the
first
travel.
initial, I didn't think it was a travel as well when I
Yeah.
watched it in the chat. But then it's like, oh yeah, you did walk, Mike. But compared to today, it's like, come on,
Yeah.
like come on.
Dell, I don't know what's going on. Your mic's like cracking a bit. I don't know if you have to unplug it, plug it back in, or what. But the other one was AI. So like the refs were collectively beefing with AI because he was beefing with a ref or something, and so they're like, all right, we're on his head today. He would palm the ball a lot, and so they were just calling carries the whole game on him like crazy, before they wouldn't do it. So it's a good doc. Everyone should go watch it. It's very interesting. Crazy what went on. But let's get into today's show. Shaq wanted me to let you guys know that he promises to return soon. For those that don't know, he went back overseas a few weeks ago. Still dealing with setup stuff and obviously getting into gear for the season. So we wish him the best. But he does say that he hopes to return soon. He wants to be here, of course. He misses it.
JD, how is it now? Is it a little better?
Way better. Yeah, way better. And shout out, of course, to all the YouTube members on the Players Choice channel, casuals, regulars, elites. But I would like to shout out the regular and elite members. Shout out to 40KOW, ENT Debates Lounge, Dorian Clayton, Sacred Gaming, Grande Jones, the Broctopus. That might be my favorite name on this list. James Daniels, Notorious Divine, Jordan Lembeck, Kieran Woname, Q, Scabaldi, J-Rock, 123, Lieben Ali, Supreme J, Alex Cammy, Tim Wogren, Tino Bolton, Avia, Lee, Gabe, Christian, Sergio, Jonathan Boyd, number 9, Co Bean, Uncle Tito, Rio Maxosh, Josh P23, Elder, Rufus, Nick T, Devin Mabry, HZZ9 Bait, K Dog Odd Malik, Jagars Underworld, MC Robinson, Kenyon White, Big Meats, James Gaz, 123, King J. Thank you guys so much for supporting Players Choice. If you want to become a member, there is a link at the top of the chat pinned. Also in the description, there's a link to become a member. Or if you're on a computer, there is a join button right next to that subscribe button. Which brings me to the free way to support Players Choice Euro.
Like the video, please. 309 viewers. How many likes we got? I can't see right now.
Get some likes, get the likes up.
74 likes. That's terrible.
74, yeah. We got 318
Yeah,
in
let's
here.
make some
Bad
happen
ratio,
here.
Chad.
Yeah, we got
bad
318.
ratio.
Yeah, we got 318 in here. Got to be at least 150.
Bad ratio. Dell wanted us to kick the show off with this, so that is what we are going to do. Shaq was asked if KD's career outside of Golden State is an abject failure. His response, yeah, if you're the guy and you ain't get it done, that means you failed.
Man, get off KD nuts, man. Like, just let the guy be. Damn, somebody in the kitchen?
Yeah, someone's going crazy. I think it's J-Rob just...
Yeah, that was me by accident. I was fixing my
around.
chair. Yeah, I was fixing my chair and shit.
I'm super tired of the KD slander, and I'm not even a KD fan like that. But bro, man, he's obviously just caring about basketball. Just let the guy play basketball wherever he wants to go. Let him go.
This
It's
has
going to
been
be basketball. It's going to be great entertainment.
this has been the summer of Kevin Durant. Like
Yeah,
talking about anything and everything they can about KD. Dell, thoughts on these comments?
I would say these are the worst things I've ever heard. Like I don't. You could say I never heard Shaq say Patrick Ewing career is a failure. I never heard him say Charles Barkley's career is a failure. I've never heard him say Karl Malone, John Stockton's career is a failure. So why, if KD don't go to Golden State, his career is a failure? I don't understand why. Like, well, I get it, I guess, but that team that KD won a championship with in Golden State, those back-to-back championship, other than the 04 Pistons, and I want to say 2011 Mavs, JD, the makeup of that Golden State, of course, it was superior in terms of how they play together, the fit, and the makeup of that team is like every other championship team. Look at the Spurs with Tim Duncan. If you're just looking at play, they had 3 Hall of Famers playing. Shaq and Kobe. Then you have Miami Heat with Braun, D. Wade, and all them. If you go back to the Rockets of not back-to-back championship, they had Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon Hall of Famers, Magic and all his teams, the Celtics and all their team. It's playing with a bunch of Hall of Famers. So the fact that KD, I guess, goes to the Warriors and creates this, oh my God, a super team, the super duper team,
like a God squad.
A God squad, which day by day being on this panel is making me seem like, how is it that much of a God squad if you are only given the credit that many people are given if it's just this KD and Steph? Because more days go by, I hear Draymond slander. Last show was it was Manu is better than Clay slander.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Last show was the Manu is better than Clay slander, and now again it's KD. So if y'all think it is just a KD and Steph team with, of course, supporting cast Draymond and Clay, I guess this is what y'all view. Why is he so knocked so hard? Is because they went 73-9 but still lost. LeBron team had Kyrie, Love, all those. Kyrie's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't get why when it comes to KD, it's like it changes because he joined the Golden State Warriors and made him a super duper elite team of great proportions when 2 of those players now are getting slandered. Clay's been in the slander bag, Draymond's in the slander bag, but that team is still super duper. Like, I'm confused.
Dell, you can't say the Manu over Clay slander. That's not slander.
It's slander to me.
Come on.
I'm kind of with. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of with Dell. I'm kind of with Dell with that one. I think it's a little bit slander too.
Don't
I'd rather have
go there. It's like every championship team had Hall of Famers on the team. So the fact, he lost to them, so he can't go. Like, if you look at the markup of, how many Hall of Famers this championship you have, how much this have, it's just every team is built up the same. They went 73-9 because of the system and how everything worked. He was just it's like a puzzle. He was just the most perfect piece to fit that puzzle, and everybody's like.
But to be honest, I mean, we could say, if Shaq want to be nasty, we could say the same thing about Shaq. I mean, besides the Lakers, he didn't win shit as the guy. When he won in 06, I think there's a good argument to be had that he was the second best player on the team. So he wasn't even the guy in that scenario. If you look at Dwayne Wade in that season, he was having 27-6 in the finals. He was a Finals MVP for a reason because he went crazy. So Shaquille O'Neal was shitting on KD for not being the guy. Well, if we look at Shaquille O'Neal's years without the Lakers, he never did shit as the guy. So, and by his own words, he's a failure as well.
I mean, he won in Miami.
He won
in Miami. He wasn't the guy. His
last 3P in NBA history, bro.
His context was the guy. That was his context. He was not the guy in 06.
I don't know.
If you look at Dwayne Wade,
I don't know if that's a good take, bro.
I don't care if you think it's a good take or not. I'm just saying what the facts are. The facts are Dwayne Wade was a better player in 06. Shaq and Gary Payton even said this. Gary Payton told Shaq, he said, Shaq, we have to play through this guy. We have to play through this kid right now because this is the guy we have to play through. And Gary Payton said that through his own words, and Shaq fed into that. Dwayne Wade was the better player. So Shaquille O'Neal, you didn't win. Besides the Lakers, you never won as the guy of your team. So in your own words, you're a failure as well without the Lakers.
Don't he got the 3 Finals MVPs though?
Oh my God, bro, we're talking. He's excluding the
He's
Golden
been the
State
guy
War.
though.
Oh my God, he's excluding the Golden State Warriors years. So all I'm doing is excluding the Lakers years, J. Rob.
I've never heard championship get excluded until KD.
So this is what I think. Oh,
Like
actually, Marz,
ever.
go ahead.
Your
Go
mic's
ahead, Marz.
bugging again.
I mean,
Go ahead, Marz.
it
Before I
depends
go.
what you're measuring failure as. Because to me, if you didn't win a championship, you're a loser. Everyone knows that's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think KD outside of Golden State, to me, he is a loser, but I don't take away his rings. But if Shaq's trying to do that based on that measure of either you win, that's success, and you
His
lose,
context,
that's
his
failure. If
his
that is the
context,
context,
his
he's not wrong.
context.
I
No,
just
no,
don't
no.
agree with
His
it.
context was the guy. That was his context. Winning as the guy, and he was not
KD
the
just
guy of
hasn't.
his team.
Outside of Golden State, KD hasn't won, and that's what he said.
And depending on who
And
you
that's
talk
cool.
to,
by
some
that,
people
by
wouldn't
that
really
measure,
say.
then KD,
No.
yes, is a failure. I just don't
No,
get that measure, but by that measure, he's not wrong.
No,
by
no,
that
no,
measure is cool. By
no,
that, hold on.
no.
No, by that measure is cool. But Shaq has to apply that to himself as well.
It's not even the.
Shaq wasn't on the super team. The reason he's
And
taking
Shaq
away
didn't go
KD's
join. Yeah,
rings
Shaq
is
didn't go
because he was
join
on
a
the
team that
super
won
team.
73 games the year before, bro.
That's why
That's
he got
what I'm
asked
saying.
about outside of Golden State, because everyone knows Golden State was a super team. That's why they take away KD's rings. I don't agree with doing that, but that's why they do it. Shaq wasn't on a super team in LA.
So his career, and you can't say, oh, he's a person. He could say, yeah, without Golden State, I don't think Kevin Durant has rings. Okay, whatever. But to say his career is a failure, that's what he said. He said his career is a failure.
Yeah.
That I don't agree with that.
He
Yeah,
measures
so I
success by
disagree.
championship.
He's
Yeah, so
lying because he's
I-
never said that for Charles Barkley, Patrick
He
Ewing.
always calls Charles
I
Barkley
think.
a
Well,
loser.
first
He never
of all,
calls he never calls his career a failure. He's never said that. He's never
Yeah,
said
I
that.
think
I
that's
don't
that's
listen to him
definitely
because
a
that's
step
why I
up.
wouldn't know.
So
That's
I think,
different.
I think, but
Well, then-
I think ultimately you using like examples of Patrick Ewing and Charles Barkley isn't a good example. I don't disagree with you, Dale, because I don't personally think that KD's career is a failure. I mean, to me, it's not. He's
But
one
why
of,
is
prior,
why Patrick and Charles a bad example?
I think they're bad examples because I think the reason why they're bad examples, bro, is only because they don't get held to the same standard as Kevin Durant. I think the reason why all these old heads are coming out and speaking about KD, and the reason why I think KD gets all this slander is because of the way that he is viewed by his peers in the NBA compared to guys like Patrick Ewing
Okay.
and Charles
No,
Barkley.
no.
Let me finish my
Uh-huh.
point. Let me finish my point. So what I'm thinking is, yes, do they call him like he's riding along on a bus, getting along for the ride? And I think they feel that way because obviously the old heads, the older generation, like nobody in the history of basketball who's a fan of the game is not going to be like, Kevin Durant did take the easy way to a ring. That is true. That's not like hyperbole. That's not like he
Yeah,
went to
but
the
it's
best.
leaving out the
went to the best-
context of the evolution of the game.
But
Would
what I'm
KD
saying,
There's
would
also
KD
no
have joined
easy
the
way
same
to
team
a
the way
ring.
that he
That's
did
not-
if he had
there's no
played in the
easy-
90s?
There's
No, he
no
would not
easy.
have.
There's no real easy way to a ring. But let's be real. There was no doubt in anybody's mind that they weren't going to win at least 2 championships, and they did that. Could have possibly won 3. But the
I mean,
reason
that's-
why I
a
think
lot of
Kevin
people said that
Durant,
about the Nets too.
I don't. But that's not my point. I don't think he's a failure. What I think is ultimately because Kevin Durant is in some people's mind, he's a top 15, top 10, top 20 player because he's in that echelon of guys. People, all these guys who are considered top 10, top 15 guys like a Shaq is always going to be on his back about, oh, he might be a failure, this and that, because they personally just want to see him win without the Warriors. And ultimately, I'm not saying that's fair that Kevin Durant is probably one of the only superstars that he has to do it somewhere else to cement his legacy. I think he's probably the only superstar that I could think of that's a top 15, top 20 player that is literally forced by media to have to win somewhere else to almost cement himself as an all-time great. But that's how people look at him because nobody will ever forgive him for the move.
They're not
Okay,
going to
good.
let off. They're not going to let
Not
up
gonna-
even if he wins one.
Let
I don't
me
know.
ask
I'm
you a
gonna let up
question,
little
Jay.
bit. I've let
So-
up. I've let up 100%.
So if you've said you can't compare him to Charles and Pat because that's people view him as better than them, right?
I'm talking about
Shaq-
the rings and shit too.
Whatever, yeah. Shaq
Yeah.
negated his Golden State years.
Mhm.
So he's just talking about his OKC
Overall,
career.
yeah, okay.
So if you look at his OKC career, right? He's Charles Barkley type career, a Patrick Ewing type.
To me, that wasn't a failure though.
And that's why you could use Pat and Charles because he's using just OKC career.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
In totality, yes, when you bring Golden State, what he's accomplished and all that stuff. But if he's just saying his OKC career is a failure, and Brooklyn Nets, then what is he different from Charles Barkley that you never called a failure or Patrick Ewing? Pat went to the
I wouldn't even bring Brooklyn in it because we don't know if it's a failure yet because
exactly it's not over. But
it's not over. The Brooklyn stuff ain't over.
I was just trying to add to help Shaq a little bit.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. I personally don't think that time in OKC was a failure, only because I personally don't think he could have won with that team. Like, yeah, the 3-1, they were down 3-1. They probably should have won that. There's really no excuse for that one, but I don't think ultimately that team was built enough. I don't think they were ever going to really win a personally because I feel like the reason with the issue with that team is that they had two ones. They was playing with KD and Russ as like two co-ones.
But
and
those
I think
ones,
KD
those
should have been
ones,
the one. Should have
to
been
be
the
honest,
pure one.
those 2 ones did phenomenal together, and them being the 2 number ones, like you said, they were up 3-1 on the 73-9 team. I think what led to their what led to their failure really wasn't them 2 in particular. I think the Warriors took advantage of the lack of spacing that the Oklahoma City Thunder had. And Kevin Durant even talked about this in his burner accounts. It was really just, honestly, if you look at the team, bro, in 2016, it was really just Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, and that's it. Nobody else. So, I mean, I really think they could have made a title run easily. Even if KD would have stayed and they made some slight adjustments, bro, I really think they could have got it done. I just think that KD and Russ as a duo was one of the best duos I've ever seen in my life. No. I really think they had it, bro.
Well, Kevin Durant didn't feel that way.
Yeah, he wanted to win. He wanted to win a ring. He wanted to beat LeBron.
But bro, if you got to be real though, you got to be real about their styles of play though too, man. Like they styles really. Yes, they should have won when they were up 3-1. There's no excuse for that. They should have won, but there was definitely a style clash between the 2 players. I mean, Kevin Durant has even talked about it himself. Like they didn't have a lot of shooting on that team. They weren't, like you said, their spacing wasn't that great. I mean, if they would have won a championship, great. But I mean, I don't know. Looking back on the team now, thinking back on it, like I don't know if they were really designed to win with the way they were playing.
Yes, bro. Nah, bro. I really thought they had to make it.
If they were designed to win, Kevin Durant would have came back. He would have came back.
This is the thing. You gotta understand though. Kevin Durant at the time, you know, he was in LeBron James' shadow for so long, and he's just been dying to get out of it. So I don't really think that was him. I don't think him leaving is he didn't have the faith of winning with Russ. I just think, like what everybody says, he was like, all right, what's the best chance for me to win a title right now? And the best chance was the Golden State Warriors, bro. I mean, it is what it is. Doesn't mean that he didn't believe in him and Russ. It's just he's seen the better opportunity, which was the Golden State Warriors.
He didn't believe in Russ, bro. He didn't believe in Russ.
I don't agree with that.
Like you not acknowledging that, bro, is so unreal. You're not even being realistic, bro.
Son, when we look at their careers together, right? They in Oklahoma City, they went to the finals, correct? Mm-hmm. Then after 2 years after, I think Russ got hurt in the postseason. They played in 2014. They lost to the Spurs, who was the champions. The next year, KD wasn't in the playoffs. Then the following year, they're up 3-1 on the 73-9 team. So we got a finals run, losing to the champs, and up 3-1 on the 73-9 team. You're gonna sit here and try to tell me that that's not a duo that could win a chip together, bro?
Yo, when LeBron James took Mo Williams and them boys to a chip, and I want to say 07, was that team really a championship level team? Even though they went to the chip, I'm asking. I'm asking. It's not. I'm not laughing. I'm asking a real question. Just answer it. It's just yes or no, bro.
I think in 2007 there wasn't really a lot of talent in the East. So in that specific year, yeah, I think that team could have won a chip. I mean, we say all the time.
Against their opponent,
we say this all the time. If LeBron James played like himself, they would have gotten more games off. They lost to the Spurs by 3 points in Game 3, and then like by 2 points in Game 4. So if LeBron James played, they could have made the series more exciting, bro.
But so what would have been like if he would have had another guy though, like a real number 2, like a real 2, not like a Mo Williams All-Star 2, like a real 2.
I think he could have won easily. I think he could have won.
He probably could have won.
Yeah.
But bro, if Kevin Durant felt like he could win, the OKC would have never left, bro. Would have been there his whole career.
Nah, bro. You always want to increase your odds.
You know what? Yeah, it's just you see the opportunity, J-Rob. If it's me and you and Marz, right? Yeah. I see me and you going to work together, shit, and I believe in the talents. But damn, I'm looking at Marz and the thing he's got going, and I'm just sitting here like it's kind of fucked up. But I'm just sitting here like, dag, I know me and Marz right there together, we could go further than what we can, or it'd be an easier road for me to take if I'm with Marz. Even though I believe in what me and you have going on, I'm like, shit, bro, I gotta make this road easier for myself. Let me go with Marz real quick and win some titles.
Yo, the reason why I don't think that's what it was though. Like, let's say this panel was a starting 5, and let's just say JD was Kevin Durant and you was Westbrook, and me, Marz, and Euro are the role players. We go to a finals. We lose to Bron. We're up 3-1. We were up 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors, who were 73-9 at the time. We were up 3-1 and couldn't win one more game to go to a championship. JD says, "I'm leaving." Why would he say he's leaving? Because he was this close again to another championship, been able to compete for one with a good role player. You know why JD wants to leave? Because the best player on the team took 20 shots, and the second best player who controls the ball went 10 of 36.
Nah, J-Rob, I have
to. You can't. Sometimes it's just not a mix. Like me, Euro, and Marz, we're not gonna matter in a decision like that because we're role players. Like we have a role to fill. But a co-star, how you man with your co-star, is a little bit different, man.
No, I mean you're bringing up the finals games,
Think
right?
about the totality of like their runs, period.
So did KD leave Golden State because he didn't think he could win with them?
I don't think KD left. I think KD left Golden State to prove something to himself, whether he wants to admit it or not. Because he could have stayed in Golden State and been comfortable.
He wanted to prove that he could win a title, and he just went with the best option.
That's the way I look at it,
bro.
I mean, people.
The easiest option is the best option.
Yeah,
OKC could be the second best option, but that doesn't mean they weren't a possibility.
But then why? But my thing is this, Marz. If he went with the easiest option to win, why he ain't stay?
Because
how many more championships could
Golden
they have
State
won?
is obviously going to be easier than OKC. That's why you don't stay in OKC.
No, but what I'm saying is why did he stay in? Why did he go to Brooklyn? Is what I'm asking you, Marz. He went to Brooklyn because he listened to. I don't know. He went to Brooklyn because of the outside noise, bro. It's obvious. If he was that comfortable with him, if he was that comfortable with his situation, why would he have ever left Golden State? He left because of the noise, bro. The media started hyping up that argument with Draymond. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, KD is not this, not that," because he's not doing it somewhere else.
You're saying he left Golden State because of the noise?
All indications point to the fact that
he literally has talked about it.
Believes
on television.
All publicity is good publicity. So why wouldn't he go? That's the question.
He's also complained about Golden State Bay media creating this rift in his relationship with his teammates.
And bro, I don't think he cares about the media.
Bro, like I can literally pull up the clip. I'm not saying that. I'm not. He literally
separating him from the rest of the.
He literally. I'm gonna say thank you, Marz. Like I'm just quoting. I'm quoting Kevin Durant, bro. I'm not quoting. I'm not making it up. I'm going by what he's personally said.
I don't know if that's why he left, but I know he said that.
I think that regardless on if everything happened or not, I think KD was leaving regardless. I think he was just going to leave, try to prove that he can win without Golden State Warriors. That's just my honest. Regardless of the Draymond fight or not, KD after that year was going to leave to try to prove something to the league. You brought up a point about Russ taking more shots than KD, and I'm assuming you're going with the Western Conference Finals. There was probably only 2 games. I'm looking at it right now. There's only 2 games where Russ took up more shots than KD. So KD was getting his shots up. He shot.
What games were they?
Let me check. I'll get back to you.
Really quick while you're checking on that. MC Robinson. As a Cavs fan, I'm happy we got Donovan Mitchell, and even more happy the Cavs got rid of Sexton. He was a straight ball hog. Now the Cavs are playoff contenders. We're going to get to this topic soon.
So I got game 7. It was game 7. He took 2 more shots. Russ took 2 more shots. Other than that, game 4, I believe. Game 4, Russ took 3 more shots. Game 3, Russ took 4 more shots. So it's 3 games. 3 games.
Should Russell Westbrook at any point take more shots than Kevin Durant in closeout series?
Bro, when we say
I'm not saying that's the only reason why he left.
I mean, it depends how the games go.
Yeah.
Which shot is it? The last?
You have a top 10 player.
If it's the last 4 minutes,
were they dead even in the last until?
If it's the last like 4 minutes of the game, if it's the last 4 minutes of the game, who you running your offense through? at the end of the game. Yes, I'm not saying that there's not going to be situations where Russ is not going to take late game shots because there might be open looks, things of that nature. But do you really want Russ to be your closer?
We say that now, but back
I mean,
then,
I want Russ with the ball.
it wasn't. There wasn't that much of a separation. Not saying that KD wasn't heads and shoulders of a Russ, but what I'm saying is like what Russ was bringing to the table. People weren't like, oh yeah, we definitely got to get KD up out of there because he's like look at what Russ is doing or whatever. Nobody was saying that. That's why everybody was like, bro, well, how are you just leaving Russ? Of course, it added insult to injury that he went to Golden State. And it, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, you teaming up with the guys that just thrashed you. You know what I'm saying? That added to it. But the fact of the matter still remains, Russ was a solid guy. And nobody was looking at it like, bro, Russ should
1A, 1B.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It wasn't that crazy of a differentiator between the two in terms of like shooting. Even though it should have been KD, but the gap, the way that you're making it sound like, I feel like
4 minutes of Game 7, KD took 4 shots.
Right now.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not saying Russ was
Marz,
whack.
how the fuck you be checking this shit, bro?
I don't think Russ.
Basketball Reference.
But
KD took 4 shots, took 2 free throws, so 4 shots, and he got fouled once. Russ took 1 shot in the last 4 minutes of the game. 2 shots, my bad. Actually,
Which
that was in
game?
5 minutes. Game 7.
Game 7.
And he
Last
took 9
five
shots
other
in the
games.
fourth quarter.
Last 5 minutes, Russ took 2 shots. KD took 5 shots and
5 shots.
free throws. I think that's pretty fair.
That's pretty fair.
All right, moving along. Ja Morant and Jason Tatum are expected to receive their own signature shoe in 2023.
Fire.
Congratulations.
I'm going to need to buy me some Morants.
Everybody gets a signature shoe.
I don't even know what brands they're with.
I want to say
JT's with Jordan,
I
Jaws
knew
with
that.
Nike.
No, I didn't know that.
I was going to say, I think Jaws was rumored to be Nike. It's funny because I saw this like a couple days ago and Ja Morant retweeted it and said, y'all know something I don't? Fire Ja.
Son, I seen some LaMelos the other day, bro. Them bitches was fire, bro. Like, it was amazing. I don't know why. I just thought to say that.
Thank you, Dub. Nick Young names D'Angelo Russell as NBA player he wants to fight in a boxing match.
Fire. Get your lick back.
If
Get yours back.
if you guys don't know, I'll provide a little further context as to why he is likely saying this. So when they played on the Lakers together, D'Angelo Russell was filming Nick Young in the locker room.
No, in the hotel room. They were
In the hotel room.
Yeah.
Got you. In the hotel room where he was admitting that he had cheated on his then fiance, Iggy Azalea. So, of course, that was a no-brainer for Nick Young. Who do you think's winning that match?
Nick Young off of pure get back.
Yeah, pure get back, bro. His motivation different.
Yeah, bro. He's not playing. Like, he ruined. He home wrecked his whole entire thing he had going on, bro.
I mean, Nick Young home wrecked this thing. Come on, like,
Nick
what are we
Young
doing? Come on.
home. Let's keep that
Listen,
going, man.
I tell people all the time it's like this.
No,
I can eat
oh my
a
God.
strawberry yogurt every day.
You have used
But
this
there's-
way too much.
there's
Up.
no-
Stop.
whoa,
Do
whoa,
not
whoa.
give.
We're
This is
not
terrible.
fucking
This is
no.
terrible relationship
Is-
advice.
No,
Do
no,
not
but
take
there's
this
every
Bro,
now
we're
and
not
then.
comparing. We're not
You see
comparing women to
you
fucking.
see a blue raspberry grape vanilla twist. You
Arsenal
want to
just
check
scored.
that out real quick. But your favorite yogurt is the strawberry yogurt.
That's all I'm
every
getting,
time, bro.
Mars.
I'm not doing a celebration tour winning the game.
All right. All
Wait,
right.
but you would celebrate if you won the game?
Exactly. Listen, if y'all win, don't make me
Potentially,
pull up the ticker. Don't make me pull up the ticker and call you out if you don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna make a promise.
We're
If
about
we
to be
win,
on Arsenal watch.
Arsenal watch. We on
Potentially.
Man U
I
watch.
gotta see this.
potentially I win.
I gotta see this celebration. I'm not gonna lie.
There's no guarantee. I mean, I don't know what you guys think I do when I'm watching football.
Regardless of what it is, we just want to see your reaction.
Mars, do you cheer
said
when
you-
you're
you
watching games, or do you just sit there like you sit here?
I sit there with a pen and paper and write notes.
You write notes while watching games?
Yeah.
Yo, Mars, that is crazy. To
That's
me.
good though.
That's good though. That's really
That's
good.
That's
I
what
just
I used to do when we
never
started
seen
Players'
it.
Choice. I would be watching games and taking notes. It's what
That
you
was
got to
when you
do in
that
this
was-
world.
That was when you was a panelist before you was a host.
Yep. Now I just don't watch anything. I just sit here and read headlines like a bozo. Just kidding, chat. I watch games. Jesus. Jimmy Two Shoes sent a super chat. Curry is over LeBron, period. He's a greater player, winner, leader, and single-handedly made a dynasty. To be honest, it's not even close after this year.
Jay, I think you missed an earlier super chat, bro.
Yo, what are you talking about?
Somebody did a super chat about the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was like his favorite team. Did you see that one?
He did
Dub,
that one, Dub. Keep
Are
up.
you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Are
If
you
did
here with
it, I'm
us
sorry.
today?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Okay. What is the bigger story here? So I want to get to the Cleveland Cavaliers signing Donovan Mitchell, obviously the biggest headline over this last week. But I want to know what the bigger headline is. Is it that Donovan Mitchell signed with the Cavs, or is it the Knicks could have signed a deal months ago, early on in the signings or off-season signings, and they let that slip? I think the offer from the Jazz was Donovan Mitchell for Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, and I want to say Obi Toppin in like 2 picks, 2 first-rounders or something like that for Donovan Mitchell, and the Knicks said absolutely not. So are they bozos?
I mean,
I'm just happy Donovan Mitchell didn't go to the Knicks. That's all I'm happy.
Yeah, that
about.
would
I
have been a
want-
waste.
I wanted
Listen,
Mitchell to go to the Knicks as like a fan of the Knicks, but I mean, he went to the better situation. He just did.
Yeah, listen, the Knicks, I feel like they got to start somewhere with the rebuild. And I feel like they're
Thank
not
you.
rebuilding. They
Thank you,
just
Hero.
moving pieces. And it's not working. It hasn't been working for decades.
Right.
Like, just tear everything down, give up everything, and then get D Mitch in there and build around him if that's who you choose. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like this half-ass shit that they be doing.
I agree. And then
It's like it's this apathy, man. It's sickening.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The Knicks are just disappointing, bro. That shit made me want to throw up. Real shit. The Knicks are so embarrassing, bro. Like, it's one of the most embarrassing like fandoms to be a part of, bro.
Yeah, I feel bad for y'all. I know a lot of Knicks fans I always give shit on.
Like, yo, even the New York Jets, the Jets stink, but I've at least seen them go to AFC Championship. The Knicks been bad since I was literally born, bro. Literally since '97.
Melo has some good years.
Since I, bro,
But they ain't go nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere.
They went to the conference semis one time.
I said few. I didn't say a lot.
Conference semis.
Conference semis. No, I actually
that's very nice to how you put that. Very
yeah, we only won one.
Really,
semis.
second round.
Second
round. Yeah,
Semis is
okay.
crazy.
Yo, Marz, in your standards, that's not good enough. And your
Oh
world,
no,
that's not,
yeah, they're
it
losers.
ain't good.
They're loser franchise.
They're losers, bro.
Since
They're
the last
losers.
couple
Shit is loser.
So Donovan
Losers,
Mitchell
bro.
to the Cavs obviously bolsters up their roster. Does this make them contenders? I think it's bananas if you think that they're now contenders, but
Contenders for
that's
what?
insane.
Title?
yes.
No,
You guys don't think there's
I
a
think-
chance that
I
they can
think they
sneak
could
into a
make-
title conversation?
no.
Never in life. I think they can make it the conference finals if everything.
That's
went
where I
right.
think their ceiling is too, Mars.
I
Kinda
don't
like
think-
an Atlanta- kinda like an
get
Atlanta
lucky with
Hawks situation.
injuries and everything.
Exactly.
Like that, and,
Atlanta
make
Hawks
it to the
situation.
finals, but
Atlanta Hawks
they not
situation.
winning.
I'm telling you.
No.
I think they can go to the finals, bro.
They would
Easily?
lose in the
Let
finals.
me
They
ask you a
have no
question.
chance
Let me
of
ask you a
winning the
question. Let me
title.
ask you this question. What's the difference? This is gonna sound crazy. I think the chat's gonna violate me. What's
They
the difference between they should? What's the difference between this team and that Pistons team back in the day that went to the finals?
Oh my
With
god.
Wallace and Billups
Oh
and Rip
my
Hamilton and
God.
company. I'm just saying at this
And
team,
Wallace was
they
a
have
DPOY
No,
candidate.
The Cavs don't have defense.
Jarrett Allen,
Yeah,
Evan
that's not
Mobley.
Nah, they
Darren
got some
First of all,
defense.
first of
It's
all,
not-
I think
it's not like
first
the
of all,
Pistons though.
They have no perimeter D.
Yeah.
They have no perimeter D.
I'm
I
not
looked
saying
up-
what you guys are thinking. I'm comparing them like they're the same team. No,
Yeah,
obviously
but the
one team is
Pistons
playing.
also
What I'm
didn't
saying is
have
like what
the
they
type
could
of run
be.
the Cavs are
What
gonna
they
have.
could be, bro.
The Pistons, I think they played the Pacers in the conference finals.
Yeah.
The Cavs aren't gonna get a matchup like the Pacers. They're gonna have to be Giannis. They're gonna have to be Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
I
Jimmy
promise you
Butler,
they're a
Miami,
first round
Joel
exit.
Embiid.
And
Like,
none
there's
of them
too
have
many
experience.
people in
First
the
round
East for them
exit.
to beat.
First
None
round
of them have
exit. I
experience.
I'm not
promise.
calling them that
Bro,
Pistons team. I know everybody just reacts.
Their
to some
oldest
people
players
say.
like 25.
I'm
Well,
not
their
calling them
oldest
the Pistons. I'm
their
just saying,
oldest
like, the
player that's
style
going
of
to
the
see
team.
tick is like
It's Kevin
25.
Love. No,
Kevin Love's
Love.
the obviously
I
the
don't even
oldest,
care.
but he's
I
coming
don't
off the
even
bench.
care about average age. I'm talking like what's the average
Arsenal are losing,
games in the postseason? Like they are at the very bottom. If they go to the playoffs, which they probably will, but you know what I'm saying? Like out of all the teams that are in the playoffs, they're probably going to be at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to just average experience in the playoffs.
Sixth
Who do
at
they got?
best. Maybe
I don't know
five,
if it's
maybe
sixth
fifth,
at best.
maybe fifth at best. Maybe
I'm
fifth
not
at
gonna
best.
lie. I think they'll be a really good like regular season team. I think Darius Garland controlling the ball and Donovan Mitchell playing off that will be really good to see. I do think like with Jared Allen, Mobley, and Okoro's nice, and he's actually pretty. I looked up some. I had a conversation with some guys on Discord. I looked up some of his defensive tape. He's pretty good. So I think they'll be a really good defensive team, bro. But I just don't have faith in the Cleveland Cavaliers after LeBron James.
Let's really look at this. So Miami Heat, they're going to finish somewhere at the top of the conference. The Celtics, the Bucks, the Sixers. That was top 4 last season. It's probably going to look very similar. And if Brooklyn Nets stay healthy, they might be fighting for one of those top 4.
I'll have Brooklyn over the Cavs if they get their shit together.
Exactly. So that's 5 right there. You have the Raptors who are still going to be good.
I think they'll be competing with the Raptors. They'll be competing with the Raptors.
The Bulls, which is other news that we should probably talk about. Lonzo Ball's not going to be returning at the beginning of the season. I don't know if they even have a timetable for him. So that's going to hurt, but they still have Levine and DeRozan, and they still have most of their core pieces, unless anything has happened over the offseason that I'm not aware of.
The Bulls will be a team to knock somebody out, though.
Right.
They're not going no place, but you can't like overlook them.
I'm not betting on a team with DeMar DeRozan to knock anybody out.
I'm not either.
The Cavs?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think.
No,
I got more faith in the Cavs.
I will bet against
the
DeMar
Bulls
DeRozan in the playoffs every time.
I'll bet against him too.
No,
Marz, I'm with you, bro.
All right, and then Brooklyn Nets, Atlanta Hawks. Cavs finished in 9th last season. Hornets finishing right behind them at 10th, only a game behind. And then you have the bottom that I don't know that the bottom's going to change at all. So you really have 10 teams. I'm looking at Cleveland. I'm like 6th at best.
How? Weren't they like top 5 last year? Top 4?
4th, I think.
They were 4th best team.
Then they fell off.
Go to the
they
top.
Finished 9th.
Yeah, but that's because Jared Allen and Mobley got hurt.
They got hurt. Their two front court players got hurt though. Let's just assume everybody's healthy. There's no chance that they could be a top 5, top 4.
I think they could.
I think they can be a high seed.
Come on, guys.
I think they'll take the regular season more seriously.
Yeah, like come on, guys. This team is real, bro.
For the playoffs, but I don't think they're gonna beat.
Like they're better than the Bulls. I think they're better than the Bulls right now.
Yeah, because the Bulls have DeMar DeRozan.
But the Bulls are going to be a good regular season team.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they'll be the same team it was last year.
I think the Cavs might be better.
I think Cavs going to be better than this year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So they'll be probably fighting for what? 5th at best then.
4th or 5th seed. I'll give them a 5th or 4th seed.
4th or 5th. You think they're going to finish over the Heat, Celtics, Bucks, or Sixers?
Son, it's a regular season.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Bro, you know how close the rankings was this year?
I'm going to be honest.
It was like neck and neck with.
I'm be honest, JD. I don't see why the Cavs couldn't be a better team than Miami Heat this year.
Oh my God!
In the playoffs, I don't agree, but in the regular season,
better.
I'm talking about regular season.
Better team.
I'm talking about regular season. I'm talking about regular season standings.
The Cavs could be
better team. J-Rob, will you be realistic for a second? Better team or better record?
I just said better. What did I just say? I literally
just said better team, but I'm trying to bail you out.
Better standings.
J-Rob didn't say anything wrong. Honestly, J-Rob, I know exactly what you said.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah,
why do we always just react, bro? We never always react. Everybody just reacts, bro.
J-Rob, you react a lot too, bro. You do react a lot.
You're childish. You need to cool your jets.
I'm not calling you childish, JD. I'm just saying, like, I even look at the chat, like, motherfuckers be reacting. Like, just hear what I'm trying to say, bro.
I heard what you're saying. That's why I was asking for clarification. Letting you walk back off the edge, bro. Saving you.
Nah, I think Cavs. I mean, people. D-Mitch is tough, bro. Like he really helps that team out a lot. So I'm really serious. Like they could really be a really good regular season team. We just gotta see how that translates in the playoffs. They could be top 5. Jay, I'm telling you,
they will be a good regular season team. Okay. Fine, I'll give you 5 at best, but there's no way they're finishing higher than 5. I'm telling you right now. Looking at these teams, I'm telling you right now, there is absolutely no way. And the Mavericks are going to finish top 3.
And okay.
Do you like that?
Finish in top 3? Not bad, not ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous.
No, that's fine.
We'll
They
see,
got
we'll
good
see.
defense and they got the GOAT Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic, speaking of Luka Doncic, is looking good in this what's it called? Eurobasket? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Eurobasket.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Eurobasket.
looking trim. He's looking fast. It's looking like this.
Calm down. You calm down. Okay.
It's looking like this
you be realistic, JD.
23 MVP season for Luka
realistic.
Doncic. It's looking nice. It's looking real nice over here.
So we talking about me being realistic, but you guaranteeing Dallas gonna be top 3.
I'm kidding. I am actually trolling.
No, you're not.
I am. No. I don't know about a top 3. It can happen because anything's possible, but I will say top 5 is probably where they would finish again this season. Would they finish 4 last season?
Yeah,
Oh, the
4 or
Mavericks?
5, 4. I think
Let's see.
4.
Jazz are going to be at the bottom, so they're not even going to be up there anymore. Denver Nuggets are going to do well. I think the Nuggets will probably, so if the Nuggets stay healthy, they could be top 3 in the West.
Jay, I'm gonna tell you this.
Clippers are going to move up. They finished 9th last year, bro. It's looking like a 5-6 for the Mavs this season.
I'm not giving the Clippers nothing. They got to show.
I feel that. That's what you're supposed to do. Euro.
They have to show in the
I
postseason,
love
but regular season they're gonna be monsters.
Yeah, facts. I agree with that.
Yeah, Kawhi's gonna play like 4 games.
Yeah,
That is true.
He's playing 40. Yeah, he's not playing.
Their
too many
record actually
games.
might not be
He's starting
that
the season
great just
off
because of
healthy,
load
right?
management.
Hey, don't sleep on the Pelicans. What could they be this year?
I haven't heard.
Right, the Pelicans.
What could the Pelicans be this year?
Decent, but they're not gonna do anything. I mean,
Hold on, Kawhi's gonna be healthy for the whole year next year, right?
Let me see.
How you gonna say that?
Yeah, what?
It's like, yo,
Yeah,
you know what? Zion's gonna be healthy the whole
You mean
year.
he's starting the season?
Like, is he starting the season?
Yeah,
That's what I meant. That's
right.
my
Right. I knew what
That's
you
my
meant.
bad.
That's crazy.
So if you guys,
it's something crazy. You know,
if y'all were to pick a team in the West to represent the West, who y'all taking right now? If y'all had to just go on a limb.
Golden State, bro.
No, like 2 teams to go to the finals. I mean, Western Conference Finals, not to represent the conference. The last 2 in the West.
Golden State and the Denver Nuggets.
No, Lakers. I mean, not Lakers. Fuck, Dallas. I'll pick the Dallas over the Nuggets.
Let's go.
Yo, if the Lakers could pull off Miles Turner and Buddy, I'll give them a real shot to go to the Western Conference Finals. Real shot.
So trying to get rid of Russell Westbrook.
Y'all need just deep. Yo, I'm telling y'all get some deep. Just
they're gonna get rid of.
Yo,
they're gonna try though, Marz.
Out into the universe. It's like,
yeah, Marz. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not saying, but that's what they want to do. Like, it's clearly what they want to do.
People just accept
that's what they want to do. Like,
he's not going anywhere. Russell Westbrook is there to
stay. So if they're gonna have a chance to move him, they're gonna move him, bro. If the opportunity presents something,
and then
Russell
do
Westbrook
what?
is going to stay.
And do what? What do you mean to do what?
If they move him, they're gonna be better or what?
I think they'll be a little bit better. I mean,
I have to see the pieces because Russell Westbrook is not a slouch.
A 1-for-1 swap with Buddy Hield and Russell Westbrook, the Lakers are going to be a contender. Who is that?
Just because of that swap.
Wasn't that Elder Rufus?
Somebody was saying that.
I don't feel like it in that regard, but I do think do I think Pat Bev's a better player than Russell Westbrook? No, but I do think he is a better fit.
Well, that's
people
because
don't know.
He's a
Pat Bev's a
player.
But Pat Bev's also a great defender. He's a career 40% 3-point shooter, damn near. So it's like, he fits. He fits a little bit more.
Beverly open.
Yeah, no, for sure. But what I'm saying, he's a better fit for what they need than I think what Russ is. I don't think always about who's the better player. Sometimes it's about fit.
No, I agree with never you. Who's the better player.
I agree with you, J-Rob. I've been telling people since last year. It's not that Russ is ass. You got to trade him. It's a terrible fit for him.
It's a bad fit.
Terrible fit for LeBron. Get rid of him. LeBron and AD want to chip together with defensive guys and just leaning on those 2 alone. So if they just I think I seen a trade. I think Euro showed me. It was Miles Turner and who was the other guy from the Pacers?
Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield.
If they get Buddy Hield, Miles Turner for Russell Westbrook, I guarantee you, bro.
It's gonna be Russ and them picks.
I think they can make a chip. I really think they can make a chip.
If LeBron, AD just plays like Anthony Davis, even with Russell Westbrook, I wouldn't bet against them.
What does make a chip mean? Go to the finals or win?
I think they have I would have a very strong case because it's all up in there for everybody. You got good reasons for everybody to win a chip, but I think the Lakers would definitely be in the conversation to win a chip.
Yeah, they
If
got
they
you.
get
sure.
I
Buddy
think they're in the
Hield
conversation
and
right now.
Turner.
Miles
for Russ.
Turner? Fuck yes.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I agree.
Who do you think
Yo,
Miles Turner is?
you got to remember they got but they still have their two best players aren't Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. It's
Not.
LeBron
It's not
and
a.
AD.
Mars. It's not
but
a.
who do you
It's
think
about the
Miles
fit.
Turner
It's
is
It's
if
about
he's
the fit. It's
moving the
about.
needle?
It's about.
Well,
the fit,
I mean,
Mars.
I'll say this.
Yeah, what does
Miles
Miles Turner
Turner
do that
led.
makes him a
He's
fit?
led the NBA in rebound. I mean, in
The
blocks.
thing is,
I mean,
nah,
he
this is
he
what
takes
I mean.
AD
Let's
off
not
the floor.
forget.
AD
Let's
don't
not
have to play the
forget.
five no
Hold
more.
on, wait. Let's not forget. In 2020, they had JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard playing, splitting time together in order to, along with AD, running the four. You put a Miles Turner at the 5, the same way in
Stop.
2020,
Stop right
JaVale
there.
McGee and
Stop
Dwight
right there.
Howard.
You are
It's gonna
missing.
be a good fit. It's gonna
You
be a
are
good fit, bro.
no. You are
That
missing
is
the most important component: experience. JaVale McGee was already a multiple champion. Dwight Howard
Yeah,
made it
okay.
to the finals. He already been with the Lakers before, laid a fucking egg, came back with a chip on his shoulder. Like that is not the same. I'm sorry, man.
So just off of
we was talking
experience
about,
alone,
bro. You
But
was
just
just
off
talking
of
about you was
experience.
just talking about Nick Young gonna thrash D'Lo just off of energy. Get back
that was
energy.
funny. Yeah, that was funny.
Like,
no, come on, well, we talking about
it's
boxing,
real
bro.
though.
I'm not.
But
It's not a
though.
real
No,
take. I don't
like,
know.
bro,
I don't know
you have to
anything
have-
about those guys.
Yeah,
I
but
have nothing. I have
don't
nothing
wanna-
based on their fighting styles.
You're-
with
I don't
each other,
thi-
so
I
I'm
don't
just talking about
necessarily-
energy,
Bro,
You're
man, if you
unnecessary.
pissed off, there's players that play better pissed off. If they have a personal vendetta against their old club, their old team, somebody that they hate, like Russ going up against Patrick Beverly and vice versa, like this happens all the time. It brings the best out of people. Kobe
so
said,
let me ask you this.
I
Let me
don't
ask you-
plays whoever.
I don't disagree with
Pat
that, Euro,
Bev.
but I do think like the experience thing. I'm not gonna say it's overrated because that shit really does matter. Because obviously the Boston Celtics clearly needed some experience.
And
But
JT said that.
But then I also look at Andrew Wiggins. He played some of the best basketball of his entire life in the biggest
you.
moment of his
Thank
life.
He was
J.
plug
Rob.
and go. You can't
This
tell
is
me.
a plug
Listen,
and go
man.
scenario too. You got
But
Pat
no,
Bev
no.
experience.
No, there's
You got,
plug and go experience.
LeBron James and AD who has experience winning chips. The Lakers as an organization has experience winning chips, bro.
The
So it's
Lakers
only
don't
one
have
guy
a
that you
system
have.
and a well-oiled machine the same way that Golden State has. When you have somebody that's as versatile as Andrew Wiggins and you just can literally just plug him in and he's straight. As opposed to you take Andrew Wiggins and you put him on the Lakers, that ain't gonna happen the same way that it did in Golden State.
It's honestly,
Yeah,
bro,
but I
it's
think
the-
and
it's
that's
the
because-
LeBron system. It's
but
the
Buddy
LeBron
and Miles,
system. It's not hard to plug and play into that.
but Buddy and Miles, they do answer two issues that the Lakers did have a season ago, which was they were Pat Bev as
I'm not
perimeter
disputing that.
defense, Miles is interior defense, and Buddy's shooting and scoring.
I'm not disputing that. But
I'm just saying,
it's
you
not
can plug
enough
that
to
in.
do anything though.
I think
Why
it
not?
is.
Why
If
not?
we're
We got
talking,
Bron
if
and
we're
AD.
talking, no, we're talking about because Dub said, they have a legitimate shot at winning the championship, and you backed them up with that. No,
I don't
absolutely
think.
not.
I don't
It's the
think. I don't think
impact-
it's. I don't
hold
think
on,
it's insane to say.
It's the impact of LeBron James. LeBron James has
Yeah.
showed us that even without the coaching
With
that you're
worse,
talking
with
about,
worse.
LeBron
co-star.
James is one of those dudes who can elevate his team regardless of the coaching that you're complaining about. He's like, and you're asking Miles Turner talking about experience. They're only relying on him just to play defense, not even to be a crazy threat. Rim protect, block
And he's
shots,
learning how
and
to
help
shoot the
AD
three.
out. So it's like it complements each other well. You got Pat Bev, 3-and-D guy.
Let me ask
what
you,
was his name?
why does LeBron favor older guys on his team then?
Because he don't want to have to teach like dumb rookie mistakes. Like he don't want to have to do
yeah,
that.
experience.
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 But if everybody else if everybody else on the team is experienced, he'll be fine with taking two guys that probably is not experienced. It's not that big of a deal as you're making it seem.
All right,
All right, let's.
we can bet on that.
We're gonna.
Do we have a bet? Dub?
Oh,
Let's bet
Ooh.
on
no,
that.
we don't.
Lakers
We had
win
to
the
change
series.
that. All right, if
That's the
they
bet.
make that trade, because I don't want the Russell. If they get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, I'll do that for sure.
All right.
Russell
You have them winning the chip.
Oh shit, that's a bad trade. Hold up.
See, now you know.
Hold up. Oh shit. Fuck it.
But I will
We
say
gotta
this
bet on
though,
something. We gotta
Euro,
bet on something.
if you
I'll
look
bet
at the
on that.
moves the Lakers
Okay.
made, and I got this from Denim Jag. Shout out Denim Jag because he's actually right about this. The Lakers also did very much point of emphasis this season was to get younger. That was a point of emphasis. They don't want a bunch of 35-year-olds on the team because they saw how that worked a season ago.
All right, we're gonna stay on this
Ooh,
Russell
man, you-
Westbrook topic. We're gonna stay on this Russell Westbrook
Boys
topic,
up 3-2.
but I want to hit these super chats really
It's
quick.
3-2.
It's 3-2, bro. I'm looking at it
That
right
means-
now.
That means Arsenal just
Wait,
scored. Let me
they
turn the
scored.
game
Marz,
back on.
where's the
I mean, 3-1,
celebration?
3-1. My bad, Marz. 3-1, 3-1.
Oh, so you sold me a dream. Let me not turn the game back on.
Shanny with
Marcus
the super
Rashford
chat.
hit his second one.
says Cavs slander is crazy right now. Malik Wright said it was the opposite way around. The Jazz said no, according to Sean Marks. I guess do your own research. If I was wrong, I was wrong. You can go find that information somewhere on the internet. All right, since we were talking about the Lakers and Russell Westbrook, I want to discuss Jeanie Buss's comments on Russell Westbrook being the most consistent player last season. Let me see if I can find a full quote here. I think here it is. All I can say, this is from a Bleacher Report article. The headlines, Russell Westbrook was Lakers' most consistent player last season per Jeanie Buss. This is the quote. All I can say is that from my point of view, Westbrook was our best player last year. He played pretty much every single game, showed up, worked hard. You know, I would have loved to have seen what this team would have looked like if they stayed healthy. It's really tough to win when Anthony Davis isn't on the court. LeBron James was hurt a lot of the season, but Russ showed up every game and played hard every night. And you know, I just really appreciate him for who he is and what he brings to the team.
That's some real shit.
That's called boosting trade value.
Nah.
I agree.
That's exactly.
That's called
nah.
boosting trade value.
Y'all
I agree.
nasty, bro.
That's called boosting
Y'all
trade
nasty,
value.
That's
son.
exactly what that is.
What she
That's-
said
yo,
was nothing
dog, that's
but
what it
facts,
was, bro.
No, bro. Come on, son. Y'all
A
some
nice little bow.
assholes.
She gonna put a nice little bow on top of that
Nah,
thing.
dog.
Assholes,
She's
bro.
gassing that trade value up. Because
So-
the thing is, if you think about everything she said was low-key true. He was
Yeah.
consistent because he played every game.
And she did go on to clarify that what she really meant by that was that he was the most consistent player on the Lakers last season.
Yeah,
Son,
that was a PR move, bro.
Consistent what?
That's called. Let me.
Politics.
Consistently
Just-
healthy.
just
like,
the-
I'm trying
literally.
to move Russ. I'm
I
trying
think.
to move Russ. So let me talk about that. He played every damn game, and you feel me? Like,
I think it's more just trying because Russ is in the burner right now. It's just kind of like I don't know, maybe helping him
PR
out
move,
and
bro.
helping in the light. Maybe it's both. Maybe I'll meet y'all halfway. Maybe it's both. It's a way to
probably is
demonstrate.
both.
It's a way to demonstrate like Russ doesn't deserve the type of slam that he has, and on top of that, boosts his trade value. But the way y'all just trying to make it seem like the way I'm taking it is like y'all trying to say like she thinks he's ass and she's just saying this.
Nah,
shit just
but the thing is, she can say what she said,
don't think
but
he
he's
can-
ass,
he's
but she
saying
thinks
that
that
to
last year
boost
he was
his
ass,
trade
and she got to,
place.
polish that shit up before he send him on his way because she needs to
That's
get
it.
more bang for her buck.
I think it's both, man. He deserves some bone.
Eric
No, he
Dupree
definitely
said in the
deserves. He
super chat,
deserves a bone
said-
for playing for sure.
Said Westbrook had 4 turnovers shooting bricks in air balls. That's tough, man. Bro, I think he just had a down season, bro.
I don't think he was that bad.
I don't think he was as terrible as people
he
say,
still
but
had a down
his
season.
bad moments, but his bad moments were really bad. Like,
Well,
his moments
yeah,
that he was bad were, like,
anything's gonna
terrible.
look bad when it's clipped up and posted on the
You know,
internet.
bad moments get amplified. He's in the biggest market and he's playing next
Yeah.
to the biggest superstar in the NBA.
Also, gotta
so he had
remember,
just
like,
as
this-
many
You
moments.
gotta
in
remember the
Washington,
fans
but
booed him from
no one
shooting,
cares.
bro. They was telling him not to shoot. Like, no, don't
Yeah,
shoot.
that's
That
just
was crazy.
ridiculous,
That's
bro.
crazy, bro.
And that's such a confidence killer too. Jesus Christ.
Like, yes, he averaged 18, but also I'm gonna tell you the biggest issue too was like you gotta remember they tried to ask Russ to be something that he wasn't. You know, like I think that was the biggest thing. Like you're asking a guy that has led the league in usage for years
It's not even
to
just
be
that.
to be like, you know, a cat like be you know, still do the rebounds, still be a good decision maker, but then also be an efficient scorer and not have the ball as much as he had before. You know, like I just think
It's not even just that. I think that he had to play like 3 or 4, like she said, like everybody kept getting hurt. He had to adjust to like 3 or 4 different roles,
Yeah,
bro. It's
I
just
agree with that.
it's hard to fucking deal with, bro.
But I still think Jeanie Buss was 100% trying to boost trade value with that comment.
I'll agree with you. I think she was shooing him some.
Yo,
more.
because you know, Magic Johnson be in her ear, bro. Magic not a fan of Russ. Like they that was definitely PR. I'm sorry.
Y'all some assholes, bro.
All right, I want to talk about MVP predictions going into next season. Then I want to start bringing some people up. I don't know if we're going to get Dell back, so I want to start bringing some people up to come chat with all the things that we've been talking today. If you have any questions or want to debate anything, you'll have the opportunity to come up. So I'll send that link through the chat in a second here. Jimmy Two Shoes with the super chat. LeBron makes no one better. Another blunder on his legacy, missing the play-in.
Oh my God, I do not want to get into
Do we
this
have to
conversation.
talk about do we have to argue? Do we have to debate that comment?
No, you do not.
No, everyone knows
think-
he's just hating on LeBron.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
Come on, guys.
This was heavily debated. I don't know, maybe like 30 episodes ago, for a couple episodes back to back. Dub, that wasn't you.
Yeah, I heard it's impossible to make people better, but
Listen, bro. At the end of the day, I feel how I feel. It is what it
you
is,
still
bro.
feel that way.
I think that your presence on the court could provide more opportunities for people. Like people benefit from you being on the court. But I look at it in a different aspect, honestly. Like I just look at it as like, do you become like a better player? And better player to me is, are you able to function without this guy's presence? You feel me? And a lot of times, LeBron James.
Can a coach make you better?
Can a team make someone better?
Yes,
Coaching could make you better.
What about a player coach?
I don't think LeBron's a player coach. I think LeBron. I don't think
he's not talking about LeBron. He's not talking about the coach.
Fuck that though. Yeah.
This is why you got to play sports, though, because there's things like there's a player's coach, and then there's like that means he's just like a better coach. Like he's good with players. Like he's good.
Did you just say this is why you have to play sports, Dub?
not.
You are nasty.
I didn't mean it like that, but he didn't understand the point that Euro was making. He thought he was talking about LeBron, and that's clearly because he's never heard the term a player's coach.
I'm sure he has.
You're talking about the coach that's like just single-handedly on that player, some shit, just working on.
No, like
okay, never mind. Maybe he doesn't.
Come on, Dub.
I'm not sure.
Thank you, JD.
I'm not sure.
So Dub, a player's coach is like, it's a coach who like resonates with his players. Like when players talk about this coach, they talk about like the relationship they have. Like he goes out his way to have relationships with his players.
Like Phil Jackson and Steve Kerr.
Steve.
Steve. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah, some ways that could. Yeah. I had heard that before. I thought it was like a.
What about Spo? Do you think he makes his guys better?
For sure.
I don't think
he's a player's coach.
How does a coach make players better? Does he make them shoot better?
The system. No. The system that you're running and things like that. I think that helps people out.
So
Right. So if LeBron runs the system, you keep calling it the
fuck
LeBron system.
LeBron. Nah,
Right.
system
Let me help you out, Dub. Let
So
me
he
help you
brought
out.
you
That
2
system will make
championships,
people
man.
better.
How you gonna hate the man?
I don't hate him. I just don't think he makes players
You
better.
just said
bro.
fuck LeBron. What do you mean?
Nah, just in this particular scenario, fuck LeBron. I don't think he makes people better, bro. I don't think people.
Right,
I don't think.
Let me
I
help
don't
you
think.
out,
That's some shit right there.
Let me help you out. Pop.
That's kind of crazy, Dub. You don't think anybody better?
Popping to clips. Popping. Super chat. Kawhi versus Dirk's playoff runs.
What about him?
Which
Who's
one's
better?
better?
I guess. It's Dirk. Dirk has the greatest playoff run of all time. So no one beats it.
That's
I
bias.
think Dirk is pretty high.
That's bias coming from you.
I don't no bias over here.
Bias for me.
Kawhi.
No, bias coming from JD.
It's greatest playoff run of all time. I don't know.
I gotta say Kawhi because Kawhi was a 1-year mercenary and did the thing. One year did it.
That is fire. That's
It's
fire.
more
Here's the
fun.
thing.
It's more fun
Here's
to
the
watch.
thing.
It was more fun to watch.
If he's able to
Come
do
on.
that again, like one more time, I mean, obviously, he would have to leave the Clippers or whatever. But if he was able to replicate that, then I feel like the Raptors ring will be heavier.
Yeah, it will be.
Like,
It
you
will
know,
be.
Okay, you guys are nasty.
Yo, Kawhi. I'm high
Jay.
on Kawhi Leonard. I think
living through both of those, bro.
Sounds like you're
I
high
was
on
glued
Kawhi
to
Leonard.
my screen. I was really glued to my screen watching Kawhi Leonard play, bro. That shit
was glued to my
phenomenal
screen
for
watching
me.
Dirk
No.
play.
Yo, Kawhi
I'm not a
was
fan of
crazy.
either. The
Dirk
fact
was
I was more
crazy.
glued to Kawhi.
Nah, Dirk was crazy too, though. Dirk was
Dirk
crazy.
was,
was
but
crazy.
Kawhi Leonard in 2019, it was one of the craziest postseason run I've ever seen.
I'm only
cried
picking-
happy
I'm only
tears.
Statistically, Marz, who you picking? Like which playoff run?
Statistically, is fire.
Like
Kawhi.
like,
It's
you know,
Kawhi.
efficiency
It's
and everything
Kawhi.
like that.
It's
Because
Kawhi. He
He
showed me the
Kawhi.
numbers. It's
He definitely
Kawhi.
picked Kawhi. He definitely
Did he?
picked Kawhi.
Don't lie on this. Don't lie on Soulja Boy's internet,
I
Dub.
think statistically Kawhi was better, but
I told you.
I think Dirk's playoff run. I'd prefer to have that run.
Yo, Dirk's
run
run was more valuable because of the place that he got it out of. Like he grinded
It's
for
just
that.
because he
Didn't run
beat
from the grind,
LeBron.
bro.
It's just because he beat.
No, but
it's
it's
because
also
the Warriors were hurt. So
Grew up in that organization, carried the
like
boys to the
Oh,
ship.
the Warriors were
beat
hurt.
LeBron.
Okay, I can see that.
Like
I
it
can see
meant,
that
like
point,
it meant a
Marz.
lot.
I
Yo,
can-
Jason
Come on,
Terry,
bro.
Jason Terry got the tattoo for the
Come
season
on.
started. Like
Yeah,
it meant a
that
lot.
was
Like
fire.
it meant a
Shout out
lot.
to
It meant a
Seattle,
lot.
I'm not
baby.
gonna lie. I'm looking
But
at like
Kawhi's
from round
was
for round,
more
bro.
fun to watch for me personally, just because he only did that shit in 1 year. Like he did some Cam Newton shit, one and done.
Nah,
you know?
nah. From round to round, like that's the way I'm looking at it. Like, yo, Kawhi every single fucking round. Like I don't
Dirk
even
every
look at the
single round.
finals. Nah, Kawhi. I think Kawhi just did it better, bro.
yeah,
Like
no one cares what he did against the Orlando.
that shit
game
was
round one.
ridiculous.
But
Yeah.
weren't the Warriors like a shell of
injured.
themselves?
They
'Cause
were.
Everybody
They
was
were.
injured, and Dirk
Yeah.
actually had to go up against the Miami.
If
Heat.
Kawhi,
Like,
if
Warriors
Kawhi would
understand.
have beat them full power, bro, I think it would be clearly you have to would say
He wasn't doing it. He
Kawhi,
wasn't doing
bro.
it.
But he wasn't doing that.
Nah, he wasn't doing that. Klay Thompson might have.
I think they lose if Clay's there the whole time. But
Yeah, they
Yeah,
might have
I
lost with
agree.
Klay, bro. Klay,
Yeah.
but Clay's a role player.
I think if
He's
Kevin
not better
Durant
than Manu.
was I think if even
he's
KD
not
was
better than
available, it would have
Durant.
been a way different game.
All right, we got a super chat from Kid Darkness. I think LeBron turning into a scorer and Russ playing point could work out better. They never tried that.
that ain't gonna happen.
Wait.
LeBron
Bring that
is not
back up.
giving up the rock.
Wait, bring that back up.
Give me a sec.
Why is that funny?
Turning to a score and Russ playing point could work out better. They never tried that. Oh, I don't know.
Moving LeBron off the ball. Come on, bro. He ain't relinquishing that power.
he got
You're
off the
like,
ball a little
it's
bit,
it's
man.
funny. It's funny to me because it's like that's just not happening. Like, it's not happening.
Everyone's saying LeBron averaged 30, but he was also controlling the offense. So
I would like to see it. I think Bron is definitely capable, but man, he's not doing that.
Yeah, he's not doing that, bro. That's why I'm laughing. I'm just laughing at it because it's not happening.
He would
And
probably do it if Kyrie came through.
imagine we out here saying like
I don't know. Kyrie likes being a 2,
Yeah, I know.
and that dynamic works well.
But
Yeah,
they
he does.
were. You remember when James Harden and Kyrie, they were kind of like debating back and forth for some games who's going to be the one, who's going to be the 2, and then he just said, "You know what? I'll be the 2." But the fact that he was the 1 for a minute, I don't know if you can say that he wants to be the 2.
Kyrie came out and said he wants to be a 2. He wants to be the shooting guard.
He want to score. He want to do
Yeah,
his thing.
he came out and said that.
Okay,
he
well,
to be the 2.
scrap
And it's
Kyrie
a great
then. I think it has to be a very particular type of point guard
for LeBron to
be
actually play
like-
off ball.
Yeah.
Chris Paul comes, he'll for
Chris
sure
Paul,
play off
he'll
ball
play off the
because
ball.
because Chris
I ain't
Paul
gonna lie,
will not
yo.
allow anyone else to run the offense.
I ain't gonna lie. I just can't see like if like saying it out loud. Like, yo, Bron, I think you should be the scorer and we should let Russ initiate the offense more.
LeBron,
Like, how does that sound?
LeBron's like, all right, move me.
Yeah, like okay.
All right, MVP predictions next season. So Giannis Antetokounmpo is currently plus 700 to win NBA MVP next
Is that
season. I
number
want to
one?
hear your guys' thoughts on or MVP predictions here. Top 3, maybe top 5 if we really want to get it.
Yeah, no, my pick.
I like top 3.
And I'm doubling down on that after the Tim Donaghy documentary. For sure, doubling down. Embiid
With
MVP.
Embiid.
Yes.
And if not Embiid, do you have 2 other guys?
No.
Okay, Marz.
Embiid, Luka, Giannis.
Dub.
What's the question?
Top 3 picks for MVP going into next season?
Oh, MVP. Yeah, Embiid would definitely be there. Luka, runner up. Yeah, I guess it would just have to be Giannis too. Fuck it. Yeah, Marz got it.
I'm gonna go to Freak. I'm gonna go Luka. And I'm actually gonna go Kevin Durant instead of Embiid, just because I don't know if a center's gonna win a 3rd year in a row. So I'm just gonna go
KD.
against the grain a little bit on that one.
KD's a
KD
good
ain't
one.
play enough games. That's why I didn't pick
If
him.
KD plays enough games and like the number 1 seed in the East, like why not?
So it's a lot of stipulations.
What about Jokic?
I mean, that's what it always is, though. Jokic is the only one who
no
could be a
matter
6.
what Jokic
Jokic is the
does,
only
he's
one who
not
could be a
getting
6
through the
seed, and He's the one.
Jokic
Like Jokic
cannot
could be
win
a
3 in a
6
row.
seed and
Yeah,
be.
Jokic is not.
Jokic would have to break the 73-9 record, average a triple-double.
Yeah, he would have to
And
do a
Jamal
lot.
Murray and Michael Porter Jr. would have to go down again.
Really
Yeah,
quick,
to you.
really
And then
quick.
he might come second.
Really
No,
quick.
he's
chat,
right. He is right.
I just dropped the link to join us up here to talk, to debate, whatever you guys want to do. It's pinned in the chat. So make sure if you want to join, you want to come up here and talk. I'm going to prioritize those who have cameras on and then go from there. Bro, I feel like of all players going into next season, Luka, I feel like is set up the best to get MVP. I think that he's just in the best situation individually because
People are
Giannis
saying
still
that
has
for
Chris
2 years.
Middleton. Joel Embiid has James Harden. Jokic is going to have more help. Kevin Durant, I could see Kevin Durant, but yeah, I just think it's Luka.
Why
Nah.
can't Steph be the MVP?
Nah, Steph's done winning MVPs.
You didn't even.
They say he was done winning
this year
rings.
before he stopped making
Yeah.
threes.
Yeah, true. Euro made a good point. You didn't even say Steph, so
No, I don't think Steph, but why not?
He has. I think a lot of people have a good reasonings. Honestly,
He'll get back-to-back Finals MVP.
not if Miles Turner goes to the Lakers.
Jimmy Two Shoes says if Jokic wins 3 MVPs in a row, where would he rank all time?
I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I know 3 MVP is gonna sound crazy, but I actually don't know the answer.
I
to
don't
that.
do my list based on accolades. So
Yeah, he gotta
that
win a
doesn't
title,
do
Jimmy.
anything to me.
And Jimmy, don't act like we ain't heard you say LeBron was one-dimensional. I saw that in the chat. That was
Jimmy
crazy.
said that.
You
Jesus.
said that in the
Christ.
chat. That was crazy.
I did see
There's a couple
someone
guys
say
that said that.
All right, let's start getting some people up here, man.
I wouldn't even say that about LeBron.
Damn.
Yo.
What up, fellas?
That was bananas. Mr. Moss, what's good, bro? How you been?
Not much, man. Nah, I say he's one-dimensional, man, and we can get to that in a little bit. But first, let me touch on this Cavaliers trade. No, it's actually facts. I'm gonna back it up.
Not facts.
Listen, man, the worst take ever on YouTube was when Homeboy compared the Pistons to the Cavaliers. Horrible take, man. First of all, the Cavaliers got Chauncey Billups and they got Larry Brown. That's the difference right there, bro. That's the difference right there.
You guys
That's the worst take on YouTube, man.
Just listening. You're just listening. You guys just listen to the words I'm saying. I'm saying if you look on paper,
Nah,
the style
can't
of the
do
way
it,
the
bro.
teams look. Whatever,
Different
bro.
style.
I hear
Different
you.
style, man.
I
Stop
hear
it,
you,
man.
bro. I said what I said, though. Right? At the end of the
Different
day, bad
style,
take or
man.
not,
You feel
I said
me?
what I said,
Chauncey
bro.
Billups and Larry Brown, completely different styles. I'm not comparing Garden to Chauncey Billups. I'm not comparing their coaching staff to the Pistons coaching staff. Totally different style. Listen, I like Jared Allen and I love Mobley, but they're not Rasheed and they're not Ben Wallace. Stop this.
How do you know? It's only
That's
been
crazy.
So you're talking about
They're
players
not
that are in
Ben
the
Wallace
genesis
and
of
they're
their
not
careers,
Rasheed
bro.
Wallace,
You're
man.
talking
Stop
about
this
players.
nonsense,
You're
man.
talking. I'm gonna
This
say
crazy, Marz.
I'm not gonna stop.
Marz,
shit
and you
because
let
at the
this
end of the
slide,
day-
Marz? Come on, man.
Bro,
You
don't.
supposed to
Yo,
speak
you a
up,
grown
Marz.
ass man. Don't ask that 22-year-old.
This shit
boy for
crazy.
no
Talking about the
background.
Cavaliers and Pistons,
Bro,
man.
you got a 401k.
Stop it, man.
You got a 401k
I mean, I
and
did
mortgage,
say
bro.
why I
Don't
disagree.
ask Marz for no help.
What'd you say?
So don't ask Marz for no help.
No. Not you. Other dude.
I
What'd you
I
say,
said,
man?
I said why I disagree.
Okay,
I
thank you,
didn't- I
Marz.
didn't like the comparison.
You feel me? I mean, we can't just listen, man. I mean,
not
I
saying
like the
the same thing,
Cavaliers.
bro.
They're built for a regular season wins. They'll get their 50 plus wins, but come postseason time, bro, no. I
But
mean,
I'm
they're just not
what
there
I'm
yet.
saying
I
is,
mean,
bro,
to be
but I'm
fair,
not saying
nobody
they're
on
there
Twitter-
right now, bro. I didn't say they were there
J-Rob
right
just
now.
posed the question. He wasn't like backing it like that.
Like,
Yeah, he
everybody-
wasn't trying to.
I
he
never
was
said they
trying-
were going to be that
Okay.
team. Like I said, look at that, Dub. That's a reaction.
But we got to be real, hey, fellas.
Reaction.
But we got to be
Reactions.
realistic with our comparisons, right? We can't just throw out things out there that makes completely no sense, and that made no sense. And guess what? I have to speak on it because it made no sense.
How does you know it
Sorry.
makes sense when it's
It made no sense, bro. It made no
only
sense,
been here
man.
for a hot second, bro. Like a lot of these players is in year 1, 2, bro. Like I'm not saying they're going to be the Pistons,
The
bro.
Cavs
But
don't
I'm
have a
saying-
Rip Hamilton.
I'm
They don't have a
saying
Tayshaun
a
Prince.
great- I'm saying
They don't have a
we've
Chauncey
seen-
Billups. They don't
I've
have
seen
an
a
elite
team-
coach like
I
Larry
said-
Brown
I
who
said
hold
a
guys
team-
accountable, and they don't have Ben Wallace, and they
How
don't
do
have
you know
Rasheed
that?
Wallace, who is dominant on the block. What are you talking about, man? Let's move on. This is crazy. Anyways,
Bro, you want first of all,
That's
All right.
fire.
Ours-
Let's
first
not
of all,
coming in here.
this
bro.
is
Bro,
crazy.
Mr. Moss,
We just move on to
This
the
is
next
crazy,
JD.
man.
This is
He's
Mr.
bugging out.
You heard what I
He's
said. I ain't gonna say it
bugging
again.
out. He's bugging out.
This is
First of all-
crazy, man.
First of all, you don't move the needle up here, bro. So you're not moving on.
I'm not trying to move the needle, man.
That's
But that
first of
take
all.
you had, man,
Two,
move your needle the other way, man. Stop it, man.
The take was just saying that we've seen teams What did the Pistons? Yes, the Pistons.
It was an irresponsible take,
what do
man.
they have though?
Just
it's not
Oh,
irresponsible.
hold the L, bro.
Wait, let him.
Bro, you're
explain
not.
it,
This
let
is,
him
who am I
explain it,
talking
let
to?
him
Ticket
explain
TV. I'm just gonna get cut off because your
No,
point,
you cut me off, bro.
Just
You
because
cut me
your
off.
point was your point, I don't want to hear that. All I'm saying is the reason why
You cut me
I compared them
cut you
like
off.
this, bro. Elite backcourt, right? The Pistons had an elite backcourt. You would agree to that, right?
Yeah,
They had a good backcourt, right?
a good backcourt. Yeah,
They had a good backcourt. And I
a
say
backcourt who knew their roles. Yes,
right,
absolutely.
and they have a potential. I'm not saying they're there right now, but they have a potentially really good front court that could be really good together, right?
No comparison, but keep going.
I didn't compare them, bro. I'm saying we're talking about potential.
Man, you
I'm
should have
not
mentioned
speaking
like
for right now.
somebody else, man. No, it ain't right now, man. It's a bad take, man. Hey, can we move
It's
on?
not a
please?
bad take,
Because this is
bro.
a horrible
Hey,
take,
Mr.
man.
Moss, the floor is
Not a bad
yours,
take,
bro.
bro.
Crazy,
Floor is yours.
bro. This is
What do you
ridiculous,
want to
man.
talk about? What do you want to
Not
talk
And
bad.
about?
y'all on here is
Yeah,
letting
bro.
this shit slide. Okay, cool. So my
Literally
main argument.
nobody
Okay,
agreed.
before
Yeah,
I
like
get to
at
my
the end
main
of the day,
point,
what we're talking about.
before
Bro. Go ahead.
it's all good, bro. Listen, man. Before I get to my main point, my top 5 MVP. I got Kevin Durant. I got Jokic. I got Luka.
Is
I
this
got
in
Joel
order?
Embiid.
Is this in order?
No order.
Oh, okay,
And then
okay, okay.
Giannis. I mean, listen. I think the 5 guys:
Did you say
Giannis,
Embiid?
Jokic. Yeah, Embiid.
Okay.
Embiid, Jokic, Kevin Durant, and Luka, and Steph Curry. Listen, man, we live in an age where narratives matter, agendas matter, storylines matter, and so sometimes it's not even based on your individual play. These voters have friendships, and let's just call a spade a spade. Like they're going to dictate who wins this award, right? It's not always going to be fair because last year Jokic won it, and we can argue that Embiid should have won it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook got it as a 6th seed in OKC, but Harden won 50 plus games and averaged 2 less rebounds from averaging a triple double. So we know storylines matter. Agree or disagree?
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah,
Okay,
for sure,
cool.
for sure.
Now here's my main point, and then I'm gonna move on and let you get somebody else. Now we talk about guys being one-dimensional and playing on and off the basketball, blah blah blah. So basically, what I'm getting to is the Lakers situation. Okay, why is it that if you have 2 top 10 players moving forward with AD and LeBron James, why can they not adjust their game for what the team needs? That's why they're great, right? And so on certain games or certain matchups, whatever the assignment calls for, I'm an elite player because I can adjust my game based on the matchup or to what my team needs. Why is it that we're all saying, you guys are saying, some of you guys are saying, Westbrook can adjust his game? Well, why can't AD and LeBron James adjust their game? That's why they're elite.
To be fair,
Why would they?
They can't adjust their games because
To win games. What do you mean? To win games.
But what's the
You got
adjustment?
the worst takes ever on YouTube.
I have to ask, what is the adjustment then? Because Braun and AD, they're asked to carry the scoring load. Yeah.
On occasion they are. Yeah.
So what is the
Bro,
adjustment?
I have the worst
Because
takes on YouTube.
I-
You call LeBron James one-dimensional. How do you sound?
The
bro?
adjustment
Sound
is this.
foolish.
Listen. The
That's the worst
adjustment
take
is
on
this.
YouTube.
The adjustment is this. LeBron James is 6'8", and I want to get Euro step because I see him looking at me a certain type of way. The adjustment is this. LeBron James is 6'8", 240. Get him playing down here. Flares, pin downs, rubs, screens. Like, why is he at the top of the key, always playing 1-5 flat, where defense can just key on you? Why can't Russ initiate the offense more than he can and get LeBron James off the basketball, get into that basket, getting teams in early foul trouble, just playing a different style? Why is it that LeBron James has to initiate everything? He dictates everything. Sometimes less is more. Agree? Sometimes less is more. I mean, let your guys be your guys. You have a point guard, let him be a point guard. You have a rebounder, let him rebound. Yeah, go ahead, man.
You want to respond to that? Or?
No,
I want your to respond to that.
The only thing that like caught my attention was, and then after that, I kind of zoned out because that was so atrocious to me. When JD was like, teams are relying on LeBron and KD to pick up the scoring load or whatever, and he was like, on occasion, really? KD on occasion?
No.
80,
Euro.
80.
No.
80.
We said 80 Euro. We said 80 Euro.
They are definitely relying on 80 to score.
Right.
Not on occasion.
I'm not saying that. No, Euro. I'm not saying that. I think you missed what I just said. Okay. Yes. No. On occasion, meaning why can't those two guys? I'm talking mainly LeBron James here. Why can't he play off the basketball? And I name plays for you guys: rubs, screens, flares, pin downs, playing downhill, right? Because he only has to. Because you guys said he'll never give the ball up. Well, if it's the best thing for the team to win, why not do it?
But who's saying that's the best thing for the team, though? Because
we don't even know.
LeBron James is arguably.
They just need to restructure their roster. And
LeBron James.
That's literally the thing that we're talking about when it comes to the Lakers. We're talking about constructing a roster and a core group of guys that gets them with the system that they're currently running. Let it let's call it the LeBron system or whatever, like Dub likes to do. It don't matter. They're trying to make a team that is most successful, most efficient with that. And so, like, why are you trying to move him off the, off the ball and trying to freak some new shit that you don't even have any history of that working?
I want to bring up Elder Rufus up here with Mr. Moss because I think he has smoke, and I want to hear this debate.
Go ahead, Elder Rufus.
Go ahead, Elder, because Elder doesn't like you, but go ahead.
I love you, actually, Mr. Moss. I salute everybody. But Moss he is the original capologist. Like my man said up here in the corner with the hat on, the brother. He got the worst take ever when Mass says LeBron is one-dimensional.
Thank you, Elder.
Mass is the type of brother that'll come at LeBron's leadership, but then he will take a guy like KD and go around telling everybody in the world that he's of the highest order, when KD will flat out tell you he's not a leader, has never led anything in his life, bro.
Leader are two different things. I agree with you.
Doesn't matter. Make two different things. If you're of the highest order, you need to be a leader. So you need to quit saying this stuff. Yeah, you do.
That's not true.
Tell me someone that's of the highest, besides KD, in your opinion.
That's not true.
Someone that's of the highest order that's not a leader. Tell me someone.
That's not true.
Back your statement. Tell me someone.
That's not true.
Who else is of the highest order and not a leader?
Let's stick to the topic, man. Let's talk about LeBron James not wanting to play off the basketball, not playing off the basketball.
This is what Maz do with me.
He won't
answer my questions. He will deflect, and he will swap, and he will change.
Okay, hold on. I got you. Kawhi Leonard.
Hold on. Time out.
Kawhi Leonard.
He's a way better leader than on board.
That's not the question. That's not the question. Kawhi Leonard, because you told me.
Hold on, bro. He at least has issues. He at least has shown you in San Antonio and in what's the name he can lead.
And in San Antonio with Pop, Tony, Monty, and Tim. He was never a leader.
He's a bad player. He's a guy from sticking his leg up from under his leg from going to the chip again in San Antonio.
Kyle Lowry led the Raptors.
I know you're not.
He wasn't the best player, but he was a leader, though. This is crazy,
bro. But I don't. Hold on. Even with that,
I said Kawhi Leonard.
Hold on. No problem. I never hear you say Kawhi Leonard's of the highest order. I never hear you say that.
He is of the highest order. What are you talking about?
Man, stop it, man. You've been captain forever, bro. You the original capologist with this dumb stuff.
Sad, man.
We know you hate LeBron. We know you hate the Lakers. It's fine, but that don't mean you gotta make up shit, bro. Bro,
I want LeBron James. I want LeBron James to be versatile and do what the team needs offensively. That's all I want to do.
Bro, you know LeBron James played the 5 last season, bro.
All right, wait.
Listen, I know versatility.
Yo, Mr. Moss,
he played the 5 last year. Was that a good move last year?
LeBron does.
Was that a good move last year?
Your argument against was one-dimensional.
Oh my! Now he played the 5 last
year. Chill. Yo, Mr. Moss, list the one thing that LeBron does that makes him one-dimensional.
Please.
Like, what does he do? Just one thing.
Bro, you don't answer. You finna be spooked. Don't answer, bro. Bow out, bro. Bow out. You finna be spooked,
He cannot say something tangible.
I'm
about to. Listen,
you making a stupid-ass take again, man.
Hold on. Let him.
Go ahead, Moss.
Hey, do what you do to me. Hey, man, do what you do to me. Deflect to another. No. I'm trying to save him. Do what you do to me and deflect to something else.
Me, bro.
Because you're finna be a spook, bro. They're finna put you on a spook video again. Stop it.
When I say he's one-dimensional, I'm meaning he cannot play. I think you're missing what I'm saying here. He cannot play off the basketball. And there's times during a game, based on his personnel, he needs to play off the basketball and be efficient at it. I mean, this is not – bro, listen, did y'all not see 2011 when D-Wade said, quote, I'm giving you the team because you can't be yourself? We saw it. Am I lying, Marz? We seen this.
But man, that's a horrible example because if you go back,
it's a great example. They get their ass kicked because he couldn't play off the basketball.
And guess what? Hold on, time out. They did, but when they gave it over to LeBron and let him do it his way, they won 2 chips in a row right after that. So what you talking about? You didn't do it his way, you lost. You did it his way, you win 2 in a row.
Listen,
stop it, bro. You're embarrassing yourself, bro. That's what happened.
That would go against
D-Wade didn't turn it over to
LeBron. I just gave you the situation where
when he finally said, we got to do it your way, Bron. It's your show. They won 2 chips in a row. What are you talking about?
Oh, and it was all based around LeBron James?
Like my man up in the corner said, why do you change something today?
And it was all based around LeBron James?
That's your team is to put the ball in LeBron's
watch this. Hey, Euro. Watch this, Euro. In 2012, in 2012, I'll be fast about this. Scotty Brooks had the worst coaching job in Fallon's history. He kept double teaming LeBron James on the block like he's Tim Duncan. Shane Battier and Mike Miller hit threes from the parking lot. That was the difference. It wasn't LeBron James just at the top of the key doing his thing. They put LeBron's back to the basket. He was drawing double teams. I don't know why, and that's why they lost that series.
How much did he average? How much did he average in that series? How much did he average in that
On
series?
the off-ball thing?
What'd you say?
How much did he average in that series?
I didn't even know I was being asked to do something.
Hey man, before I go, fellas, before I go real quick,
Go ahead, Moss, go ahead.
before I go real quick, can any of you guys give me a series or a situation where we've seen LeBron James, other than 2011, one of the biggest meltdowns in finals history, where he was off the basketball and he was efficient and it led to winning basketball? Just tell me one time.
If you think,
Why
if
would
you
you
think
oh,
being
go ahead.
off the basketball is
Are
the
you-
only
are
way
you
to be
kidding
not
me, bro?
one-dimensional,
Are
then
you
I mean,
kidding me?
okay.
Bro, what are we talking about? Do you
Okay.
hear what he's yo, fellas?
I hear
Listen,
what
and
he's
y'all
saying,
wonder
but
why he lost
fellas,
6 finals.
fellas, y'all hear what he's
One-dimensional is
saying?
crazy.
And y'all wonder
saying
why he
because
lost
the
6
man-
finals.
He's saying because the man is not off the ball, that's why he's one-dimensional, not his ability to rebound.
Hey, and guess
not him
what?
as a
And guess
defender.
what?
I told
Not
you
him
And
as a
y'all
gonna be
wonder
playmaker.
I
why he
tried to
lost
help
6
you. I
finals.
Not
tried
him
to
as a
help you.
playmaker.
And
Not him
y'all
as a
wonder why he
playmaker.
lost 6 finals. And y'all
Not
wonder
his
why did you
intangible.
lost 6 finals. Yeah,
Tried to help
okay,
you.
cool.
So let me
And
ask
you
you this.
wonder
Let me
why.
ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
Tried to
Go
help
ahead.
you, bro.
Is Kobe or Michael Jordan one-dimensional guys?
No, they can play on off the basketball, bro. We talking about. They can play on or off the basketball.
If you talk to most
What
people,
about
they're
Magic
known for
Johnson?
scoring though. They've been
What about
known as
Magic Johnson?
scorers, right?
What about Chris Paul?
Is
What
Chris
about
Paul
Magic
Play both ways
one-dimensional?
too. Chris play both
Is
ways
Matt-
if he needs
What
to.
about Magic Johnson?
LeBron
Hold
James
on,
never
hold
played
on,
both
hold
ways in
on,
his
hold
career.
on, hold on.
See,
You guys,
see how you
Based on what I'm
deflection.
looking
guys
at,
are-
Bringing
Russell
up, you're
Westbrook
bringing up
could
defense.
be
you guys are
now.
missing my
It went
point
from-
here.
It went from off the
But-
ball. It went from playing
Euro.
off the ball to he
Listen, man.
plays
See,
both
Euro.
sides.
See,
Come
Euro
on,
is
bro.
level-headed, man. So I talking to him.
bro.
Hey, Euro,
Clown,
Euro.
clown.
Maybe I'm not saying the right way, but here's what I mean, bro. If guys need to adjust their game based on personnel on their rosters, they can do it. We've never seen LeBron James adjust his game and play off the
Because he's never
basketball.
had to do it.
Okay, hold on. But with Russell Westbrook, he needs to do that. That's my whole argument here. He
And
needs
so,
to
and
do
so
that.
the point is
Yeah.
this. The
What
point
are
is
you
this.
talking
No, he
about?
didn't.
He
Not
did.
enough.
Wait. The
Not
point is
enough.
this. The reason why he's
Not
not doing
enough.
it is because
Oh,
are you
okay.
moving Russ
The
or are
sample
you
size
keeping
was
Russ?
enough for
And now
me.
you got to switch the whole shit up. They're not about to
No,
do that.
it's a balance.
It don't
Total,
make no
enough
sense.
for me.
It's a balance, Euro. It's a balance.
He did the
It's a
same
balance.
thing with
It's
He
gonna
did
be
the same
easier. It's
thing
going to
with
be an
Schroeder
easier
and with
adjustment for the
Russ.
Lakers if they just simply move Russ,
It
as opposed
doesn't
to
work,
saying,
bro.
you know what, we're keeping this guy and
Wow.
LeBron
Let's
So
will
change
make
everything-
you off
one of
the
the
ball.
greatest.
And now
Let's
we're gonna
Everybody
change
change
one
has
of the
to
greatest
conform.
players of all time's game.
Everybody
to
has to
adjust
conform to
to a guy
LeBron
that's
James,
stubborn and
but
won't
he can't
adjust his
conform to
game.
them. That's not, bro. That's not
That's
a. That's
hey,
not.
Mass.
That's
Guess
not
what,
team
man?
winning basketball.
Mass.
It's
Guess
not.
what?
Bro,
That's what people do when they're around
great,
leaders,
every
bro.
great player,
You
their
you
teams
put people
conform to
around you
them.
that
When
support
you're
the
Nah,
when
leader.
you're
sorry,
a
buddy.
top five, when you're a
You do,
top
bro.
five player in the NBA, they
That's
have
what
to
you do, bro.
adjust to you. The players
Yeah,
have
you
to adjust.
Leaders
you
don't
conform
no,
to
no.
your
Leaders
best
don't
player,
Listen,
bro.
adjust,
That's
bro.
why you
I'm
play
not
that role.
arguing
bro.
that. Listen,
That's why you
I'm not
play that role.
arguing that.
Adjust
What
to
you
the
just said,
leaders,
bro.
bro.
Hold on. Homeboy inside the red cap who parties every weekend. I'm not arguing that, man. What I'm arguing is this, bro. If
Uh-huh.
needed, based on your personnel and the situation calls for you to adjust, I need you to adjust on the fly. LeBron does not do that off the basketball. Like,
And
why y'all
KD
acting
does.
like I'm saying something that's not
I
true?
think
We've
I think
seen it.
I think
don't
I
have
think LeBron
to.
I think LeBron James
And he lost
could.
6
I just
finals.
think that
So
LeBron
something's
James
not
has had-
working here.
No,
He
no,
lost 6
but
finals.
we can't
Something's not
we
working
Won
can't
here.
use the
4.
6 finals
He
argument
lost
honestly
6.
because it's
Still
more that
won
went into
4.
that than him playing
They
off
got
ball.
4 rings, bro.
LeBron
At
James has
least,
not
He
been.
lost
at least
6
you know
though.
it
Hold
worked
on, wait.
4
I'm
times.
gonna give you an example in 2020. LeBron James, when Rondo was on the court, he had Rondo with the ball in his hands and was playing off ball. The problem is
Fact.
LeBron James never had a guy that demanded the rock as much as him. So of course he's gonna be
That could
playing
be
more
as
that point guard
responsible as
role.
him.
If he had a Rondo or Chris Paul or I don't even know Jason Kidd on his team, I'm pretty sure he would adjust
How
to
will
be
we
playing
know?
more of an
How will
off
we
ball.
know if the ball's in
We've
his hands?
seen
Because in
it.
Cleveland,
We've seen it.
How will we
because
know he
hold
can't
on,
do
Told
it
you.
if
He
he's
just
never
gave
been
the
put in that
example.
position?
bro,
Magic
in Cleveland he
Johnson-
had fucking
Magic-
Deron Williams and
Yo,
fucking
did you think
and
Hold on, my
fucking
Magic
Derrick
brother,
Rose.
brother.
Derrick
Hold on.
Williams
We
was
don't
in the
know.
league, bro.
We
Come
don't
on,
know.
man.
Hold on,
We
bro.
don't
Matt,
know.
You gave him,
Mace,
my brother.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead,
ahead.
bro.
You go ahead, bro.
No. Hey,
Oh,
what's
no,
your
I was
name,
gonna
man?
ask
Down the
him.
right hand corner?
That's J-Rob.
I'm just asking him.
What's your name, bro? Real quick.
Call me J-Rob.
Okay, cool. What's up, J-Rob?
I'm going to ask you, bro, like, do you think, because you're talking about this one-dimensional shit, and I just want to ask, like, do you think Magic Johnson was a one-dimensional player? Because if you say no, based off your logic, you don't really,
because Magic Johnson, I'm about to tell you why.
Didn't dominate
because
the ball?
Magic Johnson, listen.
Don't use that game where he played center. That one game.
No.
Still had the ball in his hand the whole game. I watched that game 1,000 times.
Magic Johnson, if needed, can do multiple things on a basketball court other than just initiating offense if needed.
So
For the
LeBron
better
James,
team.
the only thing LeBron James can do
Nah.
on the basketball court is initiate offense. Is that what you're telling us?
No.
I told you, man.
Is that what you're telling us?
Can I explain, please? Wait, hold on. You ask me to explain.
No, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Listen, when I make that type of statement, you have to understand what I'm saying here. We've seen series where it called for a quick adjustment. LeBron, you on the ball, that's not working out, man. I need you off the basketball doing other things. And he hasn't done it. And it led to losses. His individual play has been the reason. Hold on. His individual play and his lack of fucking versatility has fucking led to direct losses in the finals. 2007 and 2011. His individual play, not adjusting, not being versatile, has led to his teams losing series. Those are facts.
This is where I know facts, bro. This is why I know that, bro. You coming from a place of there's hate in your heart towards that man.
Nah,
King
bro.
James. That's all I can. That's all I could tell. That's all I could tell from you, bro. I'm gonna tell you why. That's
Come on, man. Go ahead.
There's only hate in your heart, bro. Because
no hate. He's great. He just said Kobe MJ great. Go ahead.
First of all, you calling LeBron James literally known to be like when he finishes his career, he's going to be top. He's going to be first in points. Going to be top 10.
Who cares? He lost 6 finals. I don't care. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
What is him losing 6 finals? What is him?
Okay, why would you put LeBron James to play off?
Wait. How you know?
We're moving. Hold on, Dub. Sorry. Go ahead. I had to mute everyone else. Go ahead, Dub.
Oh, okay. No, I just have one question. Why would you want LeBron James to play off ball to Mo Williams? Why would you want that?
Can I answer the question?
Yeah. Why would you want that?
I'm not saying that he's played the ball consistently throughout the game, but Mo has shown that he can be an elite scorer. Am I right?
Why would you want? No, yeah, cool. But why would you want LeBron playing off ball to Mo Williams though in 2007? 2011, I could understand.
Hold on. I used the wrong. Hold on, bro. I actually used the wrong word. Not an elite scorer, but a guy who can get his shit off.
Your vocabulary bag is a little scrambled right now.
Yeah, pretty consistent, bro.
His egg is literally scrambled right now, bro.
Bro, hold on, bro. Why can't we just hold on? Why can't LeBron James let his players just be themselves? He disarms his players. They're stifled. They can't be themselves.
All right,
that's why.
We're gonna keep going in circles.
It makes your job easier.
Okay, Rob, hold on. We're gonna keep going in circles. Yo, Moss, we appreciate you. I appreciate you.
All good, man.
I want you
as always, man.
I want J-Rock 1-on-1 next time, bro. I want J-Rock 1-on-1 next time,
bro. Take it one-on-one, bro.
I want you 1-on-1 next time, bro.
I'm gonna have you turn into an omelet after.
I want you 1-on-1, bro. All right, fellas.
All right, thank you,
Moss.
Elder Rufus, what do you want to get off your chest, bro? Oh my God, that was fire.
Yo, hold on, Elder. First, how many months, weeks have you and him been going back and forth? Because y'all do this on Ticket, right? On Ticket TV.
Oh shoot, I'm muted. Hold on.
I'm the one that started calling him a Maz is a capologist. I'm the one that started calling him the master capologist. He just really what Maz does, bro, is he trolls once he knows that he's not right. So then he makes up these retarded takes, and then this is real. This is how it happens. This is how it happens. Because so many people does hate LeBron. Now, see me, if I'm on a LeBron hating channel, guess what they say? Oh, you love LeBron. You love LeBron. But if I'm on a channel that hates LeBron, that loves LeBron, they say I hate him. I said, how about I just call it down the middle? It is what it is. The guy's one of the greatest he's the greatest of his era. He's one of the greatest that's ever played. I don't have him as a GOAT, but I'm not going to diminish what the man can do. We got guys over there calling LeBron a role player, and people running with this stuff. We got people like Maz saying he's one-dimensional and running with this stuff when he's one of the most versatile players ever played a game of basketball. Now, I don't have to like LeBron and he be one of my favorite players for me to acknowledge that. So and then what they do is because they don't answer the question. When you hit them with facts, they can't answer them. So then they want to go to the trolling and they want to joke and, oh, you old, you got gray beard. I'm like, whatever, bro. At the end of the day, you making a stupid take and they're going to do a little spoof on you for about 6 minutes because everybody going to be laughing at your ass, bro. Shut up.
Man,
just the flex.
It's great content.
That's my dude, though. That's my dude. Yeah, that's my dude. Moss is my dude, though. That's my dude.
What did you want to get off your chest, Rufus?
Oh, I didn't have much to get on my chest, man. I was listening to what you guys were saying. And, man, y'all been watching the news. Where I'm at, I'm in Northwest Georgia. We've been fighting flooding all morning, man. I've been out here fighting floods all morning. They had the cities and stuff broke down. We're doing good now, though. Most of them stopped. We're doing a little bit better now. But I heard you guys taking, and I like the Cleveland situation for Donovan Mitchell. I think that's a better situation than the Knicks. The Knicks just historically will not get out of their way. I think it's sad. I also agree with the Lakers situation that if you add 2 quality role players to the team that they already have, especially if they're not overly old, but they're like what the guys the Pacers got. They're veterans, but they're not old. You see what I'm saying? I think that can go a long way. But I think the biggest thing for the Lakers is literally just removing Russ because he's such a bad fit. People call that Russ bashing. I don't call it Russ bashing because Russ will fit certain teams. But again, you still have a ceiling, in my opinion, with Russ. You're not grabbing Russ if you want to win a championship. He's not that dude. But if you're a fringe team that's on the possibly making a play-in, could possibly get into the playoffs, you want a guy like Russ. Give him the show, let him run, put some dogs around him, and he could possibly lead you to the playoffs like he did in Houston, like he did in Washington, and all the other places he's been. But if you try to get Russ to fit a role and help, it's not going to happen, bro. Russ just is what he is. It's too late. I wouldn't expect people to try to change Russ. I mean, he's 33, 34 years old. He's been doing this 14, 15 years in the league. I think you're wrong when you come in and try to change him. Now, I understand toning it down if your skills are diminishing and you maybe need to take a 6-man role, stuff like that. I think Russ is still a starter on certain teams in this league. And I don't really see his value as a 6-man. I know a lot of people pushing that. But I think the biggest thing for my Lakers, and I'm a Laker fan, is to just get Russ off the team. That
Elder,
would help the Lakers tremendously.
Elder, we have some accusations coming your way. Jimmy Two Shoes sent a super chat, said Elder said if LBJ wins with Westbrook, he's the GOAT. He's the number 1 LeBron.
I did say that. I did.
Are you the number 1 LeBron fan?
No, bro. Again,
That's
y'all
the
can
last
listen to
hurdle in the GOAT conversation. Like once he
Listen close. I've been saying for over 25 years, guys like Russell Westbrook, the selfish score first point guard type of guy, can't win with them dudes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the statement last year, if LeBron do it, I'll label him as the GOAT. Knowing wholeheartedly he would not win with Russell Westbrook. I did not have my Lakers winning with Russell Westbrook. Yes, but Kyrie really ain't the point guard when you really think about it. He ain't the facilitator. He's really a 2.
But neither will Russ be, because LeBron is the facilitator.
I tell you this: if you watch him play, Russ has to have the ball in his hand a lot more than Kyrie do.
That's a fact.
He really does. He has to have the ball in his hand a lot more. And guys that dominate the ball like that, but they're selfish with their offense and don't like a Donovan Mitchell. I like Donovan Mitchell. He ain't that dude though. If he 1 or 2, I'm telling you, I don't think you can win with guys like that. I've been saying this for 25 years though. So it's more of a joke. Yeah,
you don't like
it's
him as
been
a
more.
2 guy?
If he's number 1,
Wait, Donovan Mitchell as a 2 guy?
It depends on who his number 1 is. If his number 1 is a facilitator, you can possibly. But if his number 1's not a facilitator, he's just a scorer like Donovan, I don't think you're going to win with guys like that.
Elder, how high are you on Evan Mobley's potential?
I like Evan Mobley a lot.
You think he could be a top 10 type of guy at his peak?
Yes,
in the NBA?
I do. Yes.
Don't react. I'm saying right now. I'm just saying,
not this year or next
right
year,
now.
but down the road. Yes.
Not right now.
I think if we look at the he's what, 20? Was he 20 years old?
He's 20, just
19.
Yeah, just
I think if we look down the road and he's 25, 26, I think Evan Mobley has that potential. I really do.
I agree.
I think he could develop and be even better because I think he's more skilled than Giannis. When Giannis came to the league, I think he's more skilled than Giannis is. So if he just develops on that level and have that passion, I think he can go to that level. I do.
But he's
depending on what teams around him and all that. Say it again.
He's not more gifted than Giannis.
What gifts does Giannis have that he don't have? What gifts?
Athletically.
I don't see Mobley playing on the perimeter like to the level that Giannis does.
No, I don't think so either.
His perimeter game. I'm talking about
he may be able to supplement that.
If you look at Giannis, hold on. If you look at Giannis,
I'm not
saying his perimeter game as a rookie was way better than Giannis as a rookie.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like he may be able to supplement that because
why can't he develop in a spin like Giannis did?
I guess I'm
not do that.
I guess I'm.
He don't have a bad motor.
He's
not a low motor dude.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying like he's not as gifted as Giannis is. I do have a question though.
I'd like to know what gifts though besides just athletics, because I think Mobley is just as athletic, if not more than
That's
Giannis.
the main gift that I'm talking about.
I don't know if he's as athletic.
Mobley is athletic, y'all.
He's not as strong.
He's not as strong.
No, but like everything that
Hold on,
Giannis
my brother
does.
right there, the way cat. What was Giannis when he came to the league? He
Yeah,
wasn't
he was a
strong, bro. He was a
No.
scrawny little
What,
dude.
no. What
This
you
is
saying,
Mobley's
right? Like
first
I
year.
can
Y'all
see.
forget he was
No,
19.
I can see y'all gauging y'all predictions, and I don't
Mobley
really
was
argue
stronger than
against.
Giannis as a rookie. His rookie year in Giannis, go back and compare. Mobley was in much
So you
better
think
shape,
That's
that
physically,
Mobley
everything.
Mobley could develop into just as strong as Giannis Antetokounmpo now and be able
I
to
think any
dominate in the
guy can
same
hit
way?
the weight room. Honestly, bro, he got the
True.
body. You can tell he's not the
Yeah.
guy from OKC.
Chelsea.
That dude, the Chet. He's not Chet. You know, Chet's not
Elder.
going to put on 100 pounds of muscle. He ain't going to do it. 40
Elder,
pounds of muscle.
We shall
the reason
see.
why I asked you about Mobley was because I was asking in regards to, like, you said you think Donovan Mitchell, it has to be like a 2-3 for you to win it all. But let's say Mobley develops into like a 1. Is that Cavs team with Garland and Mitch, is that enough to win a
Yes,
championship?
because I'm going to say this, and this is down the road, y'all. This is down the road. They're too young right now, all right?
That's
They
what I
ain't
was
got
trying to say
nothing here.
earlier.
But I like Garland. I really like how he controls things. I do. He's so smooth and he's so under control that he can keep a balance on that team.
Mm-hmm.
He won't. I'm gonna watch it close this year, but I don't see Garland just allowing old boy to just take the crazy shots he had to take in Utah. And honestly, the way the team's constructed, he won't be put in that situation. And I think Garland's gonna be a big reason why he won't. So I could see him winning with a team like Cleveland because he has a guy like Garland. He has a big like Mobley. He has a defender guy like the pro man. I forget his name. You see what I'm saying?
Jared
the
Allen.
team is actually Jared Allen is put together really good. So if you can just keep these guys together, let them develop, and then keep adding pieces that fit that, I think they could get there. And I'm not saying they're going to compete, but I see them. I think their pieces are better than what Boston young pieces was, and they were making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think their pieces are better. Back if you compare what Boston had back then when they were young and what Cleveland got right now, I mean, shoot, what they got? 3 All-Stars already? With Garland, Allen, and and Mobley may be the best player on their team. He may be the best player on their team.
To push
So
back,
I like Cleveland.
to push back, you said you like Cleveland, but then you said you don't see Donovan Mitchell as a 1 or a 2. But I kind of feel the same way you feel towards the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't see them making any moves right now, like for a championship, but I do see them in their progression being able to compete for titles. So if I'm knowing that, I don't think Evan Mobley's gonna. You think that Evan Mobley would have to surpass, or Darius Garland would have to surpass Donovan Mitchell as a 1 in order for them to win a chip? I don't think so. I think that they could win with Donovan Mitchell as the 1. And then you said that Donovan Mitchell can't be a 1. He needs somebody else to complement him that's really not a scorer. But I mean, when
That's
have
not
we
what I
seen?
said.
You said that Donovan Mitchell as a 1. You said that the guy who's a 1, right?
No, the brother. Hold on. What the brother? I'll tell you what I said. The brother above you asked me if he's the 2, can he win? And I said it depends on who the 1 is, meaning who's going to facilitate. And I like the way that Garland facilitates, the way he's going to control that offense. I believe he's going to help Donovan become a more efficient scorer, because that's what you need Donovan to do. He's electric. He scores, but he needs a guy like that. If he's the main guy, like in Utah, because he really never let Conley do what he could do. Conley was that kind of guy, but because he was hurt and all this getting older, they never let him do that. Yep. Donovan just went berserk. I think Garland has to learn from that, temper that, make sure you get him, because again, a good floor general, you get the guys the ball in the area where they can score the best. You don't give them the ball and put them in bad situations. So I'm thinking with what I've seen from Garland, his smoothness and the way he does it, I think they'll be a good match together. Then you got them 2 bigs down there blocking and destroying everything you don't do. They just need to play better defense on the perimeter on 2 guards because they little. So they got to turn into scrappiness. They can't just be scorers. They got to become scrappy defensively at least.
Okoro, I botched his name one time.
Yeah, he's good. I like him from Auburn. Yeah, he's a good defender.
You said for the 2 take, you said you can't really see a guy who does the same thing as D Mitch, who's a number 1. I think that applies to almost everybody, Like you need a guy with a different play style in order to win a chip. So I don't understand how you think it's hard for him to be a 2, but he needs somebody specifically to complement him when that's damn near everybody.
All I'm saying in that is if you just have a guy, like let's go back to OKC. Russ was in that position, right? He really needed guys like KD and all them to settle him, not just let him do what the hell he wanted to do. When they did, they can get to a certain level, but you can't get over top of that dude. So they got to the pinnacle of getting to the finals. And then what happened? Magic Johnson makes a statement that this is the worst point guard play I've ever seen in the NBA finals. You see what I'm saying? So you can win a lot of games. You just can't win the chip. And I've been saying that about guards like that. You got to be tempered. You got to have somebody that can slow it down, that can go at a different pace. Russ is just 100 all day. He don't know no other speed. You think the
Grizzlies have a chance with Ja?
Yeah, because I see Ja's.
He ain't slowing shit down.
He's extremely cocky. Well, Ja is score, but he's got a little better pace to him than like a Russ and guys like Mitchell. He does. He has a little bit. He does a lot more of that at the end of the game. But old boy Bane gives him a nice little outlet. You know what I mean? If they want to focus on him, they got good shooters. They got guys who can get to the basket. Honestly, though,
on that scale, where's Dame?
Dame, I don't see Dame. I don't see him winning, bro. I see Dame winning a whole lot of games, but I don't see Dame winning. He would have to take the reason like a Dame will work.
I'm just trying to pinpoint all the different criteria that you have for the guy that's because Dame has better pace than like pretty much everybody that we mentioned of the score.
Guys like that, though. But Dame, and one thing I hate about him and TJ, they took a lot of tough shots, bro. To me, they took a lot of tough shots. They didn't have to take them. And they don't play no defense. So that's another part of it, too. You got to give an effort at least on the defense. I mean, Portland, while those two are together, they might have been some of the best scoring backcourts, but they were the worst defensively. So you can't score 60 a game between two guys and give up 75. That's not a good mix for your team.
Team. That's not really due to Damian Lillard. The team was a terrible.
No, they started. They perimeter. If you watch them, bro, their perimeter defense was atrocious. Those guys were. They were parking zones out there, bro.
The team was. I mean, they didn't even have good options for perimeter defense as well.
Yeah, and I think your leadership has to set that tone. Even when I used to watch Magic back in the day, Magic was never an elite. The effort is what I'm saying. Magic was never an elite defender, but he always gave effort. You know what I'm saying? You knew he was going to at least try. A lot of these guys today, I don't even see him trying. Like Ja, I see Ja sometimes with, bro, I think he's talking to people in the stands or eating popcorn or something out there. I don't know what he's doing on defense sometimes. I'm like, bro, just move your foot a little, rotate, do something. So these guys to win, they got to lead from that. They don't have to become elite defenders. They just got to be able to give effort. And that's another thing they hide. Russ, man, you see Russ, it's a lot of fluff. He don't give effort on defense, man. He ain't been an average defender in almost a decade, in my opinion. He really hasn't, man. It's been horrible watching him for the last 7-8 years defensively.
All right, Rufus.
So I just think those guys got to have a balance on them. If they taking a lot of crazy shots and all that kind of, they need somebody to balance them out. They really do. That's what I think they need.
Gotcha.
We're gonna bring somebody else up here, but we appreciate you.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Good seeing y'all. I just want to pop in and say what's up.
Much love, man.
Yeah,
always a pleasure.
Safe. Be safe. Flood and everything.
Tell the truth, man. Be safe.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it.
All right, Joe. Let's get in King Joe in here. King Joe, what's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
You're
chilling, bro. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm the one that sent the Kid Darkness one for LeBron being the scorer.
Yeah.
And the reason why I sent it, right? I don't think LeBron being a scorer for the entire game is what I'm saying. I'm just saying in a world where realistically, Russ probably won't get traded, right? So let's say Russ doesn't get traded. I think you have to make him the main ball handler and play LeBron off the ball. I'm not saying for the entirety of the game. I'm just saying at least for majority of it. So let's say the first 3 quarters, right? You play like that. And then like maybe the last 5 minutes, that's when David Ham, he's going to have to show his nuts and actually be the coach he's talking to be. He's going to have to pull Russ out the game and like make Russ sit down and then give LeBron back the reins so he can like, control the rest of the game. I think that's the way you do it.
That was my point. That was my point to Mr. Marz, because what you're talking about is now Darvin Ham is going to have to figure out how Russ and LeBron spend the least amount of time as possible on the court together, right? And that right there is more difficult than just shipping Russ off.
I don't think it's a thing of keeping LeBron and Russ off the court together for a long period of time. I think it's only during the most important times of the game. So literally like maybe like the last 3 minutes of the game. Because I think the way LeBron's playing now, the way he makes is not as effective as it used to be back when he was a lot younger. Because he doesn't move, even though he's like his athleticism dropped off a little bit, just a smidge, but you can see the way he's playing, he's not relying on his athleticism anymore. He's more relying on his skill his skill. So I'm saying if he's playing more like that and he's getting up there in age, reel in his responsibilities on that end just in the beginning of the quarters, at least in the playoffs, right? So that way he can focus on getting in his bag, because I'm also banking on AD being healthy and playing like his normal self.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have LeBron being an elite scorer and AD being an elite scorer, and you tell Russ, hey, at least for the first 3 quarters, just beat Russ, do your pick and roll and all that good stuff, and then tell LeBron and then get Russ off the court at least the last 2 minutes. Let's say if the game is really close, then I feel like it'll work a lot better, because it's not easy to ship him off. I don't think it's that easy.
But you speaking very idealistic. What do you think is going to happen if consistently at the end of the game, at the end of every game that is like, up in the air, like indecisive, like,
Right.
undecided.
I got
You say, you know what, Russ, you're going to have to sit this one out every time. Like, where do you think this is going to go?
Here's the problem. Russ doesn't have a choice. This is not a matter of whether he
doesn't have a choice, but he has a choice to turn into a cancer in the locker room, and then nothing gets moved.
I understand that, but at the end of the day, if he doesn't conform to some type of role, he won't be in the league anymore. So even though he might feel like he'll be a cancer, Russ won't be in the league. You know it.
Right.
The same thing happens.
I agree with you 100%. Everything that you said, I agree with. What I'm saying though is the Lakers are not. They don't have the patience. They don't have the luxury to wait around for Russ to come around to that point. Ain't no way. And then LeBron on top of that too, because he knows, like, bro, like what are we talking about here? Are we talking about me, like, moving me, LeBron, off the ball? Or are we talking about moving Russ so I can just stick to what we've been doing? And it's been successful. He won a chip with them like that. Like, you know what I mean?
I hear you, but here's also my thing, right? Yes, they won a chip, right? And let's say you do get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, which I love that trade, right? I think the better option, honestly, of a trade would be like a 3-team trade or something like that, where you can get back Mike Conley instead. I think Mike Conley playing with LeBron is a lot better than Russ, because at least LeBron would trust Mike Conley's decision making. Mike Conley's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything outside of himself to where it's going to make the team. It's going to be negative to the team. Personally, I think
that team, Mike Conley's way too old, and honestly, I think Mike Conley could serve as maybe like a 6th man, but as a reliable starter for the team, Mike Conley just
but what you're looking at Mike Conley to do, what we want Russ to do, Mike Conley is known he can do it. He can do it. This Mike Conley has proven in the league, as long as he's been in the league.
They need defense. They need defense, and Mike Conley don't provide that.
Buddy Hield doesn't.
But Buddy Hield, you get Miles Turner, and then they have Pat Bev to, make up for that. So Miles Turner is a defensive guy.
Miles Turner is a great defender. I'm not denying his ability to defend. What I'm saying is, even if you get Buddy Hield back, that still doesn't clear up the perimeter defense.
Yeah, but you have Pat Bev to coincide. You have Pat Bev to make up for that. And the main staple, Buddy Hield is
there to shoot the basketball.
Buddy Hield's only for spacing, no for defense. But what you're saying is replace Russell Westbrook with Mike Conley. Well, shit, I think the team will probably be the same shit, if not worse, with Mike Conley, bro, honestly, because they won't have a Miles Turner to help out with that. So the defense is going to be shit, even if they do have Pat Beverly.
But my thing is, you don't need Miles Turner exactly. You need somebody Miles Turner, because they did it with JaVale McGee, and I don't think JaVale McGee
Who can they pick up? Who can they pick up?
Is that much better than Miles Turner? I don't. It's not that big of a difference between the two players. That's what I'm saying.
But who can they pick up? They can't pick up anybody. Dwight Howard.
Nerlens Noel type player.
Yeah, Nerlens Noel. They need somebody like him. You feel what I'm saying? Like somebody like a Nerlens Noel. He doesn't necessarily be a stretch 5 or anything like that. You just need somebody to play defense and just give you some boards here and there. But I mean, it's just a lose-lose situation for the Lakers, because even if they try to pull that Russell Westbrook trade off, I don't think they're going to be able to do it, because somebody's probably going to give them a better package with Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Somebody will, if they really wanted them.
Well, I mean,
because if the Pacers were trying to get up off him, they would have did it by now.
The Pacers want the equity. You got to understand, like, you got to also remember, like, the Lakers had to see what that Kevin Durant situation was looking like. There's reasons why, like, that trade hasn't happened yet. They're trying to see how things play out.
All right, so. And then to the top MVPs of the next season, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of a toss-up. right? Because I have a dark horse, but I'm gonna just name like the main 5, right? So I think Embiid is probably gonna be in there. Luka's definitely gonna be in there because that man is ridiculous. Let's be honest. The call spade is spade. Giannis is gonna be in there for sure. Who else am I missing? Probably Jokic. Probably just a sympathy pick for Jokic. He's probably going to be in there. Oh, look at him and his crazy numbers. And then, who else? Who else am I missing? Probably KD, right? Probably those 5. I think a dark horse might be Paul George. I think because if Paul George
That's
is
not
healthy,
crazy.
if Paul George is 100% healthy, right? Let's say he plays let's say he plays 65 to 70 games, right? And let's say Kawhi is in and out of the lineup. Paul George probably could average closer to around 27 points. Like 7, 4, and 5. It's possible.
Last year when he was playing, I think he was like 25. So I don't.
No, but I'm saying though, but we're basing what he's averaging based on, and he's also missed a lot of time too. So let's just say John Wall in the perfect world is actually healthy, right? All the role players are still back, they're all healthy, and you got Paul George playing at an elite level. Last time Paul George had a point guard like John Wall, let's just in a perfect world, let's say John Wall is at least a decent level playmaker, right? Last time he played with a playmaker like that, he had his best years.
No.
Russ Clippers haven't had a playmaker in a long time. You can't name one playmaker they've had in the last 4 years.
No, they haven't had a playmaker ever since or a point guard
ever.
They've never since he was on the Clippers. But the thing is, I don't think John Wall's nowhere near to the level of Russell Westbrook is at the time. And the only time when Paul George put up above 27 points per game was with Russell Westbrook, and that was the only time
that's
in
the
his
thing,
career.
Though. I think the supporting cast. OKC never had a supporting cast like the Clippers. That's 1. 2, you don't need John Wall to play like Russ. You just need the playmaking that John Wall is able to do. That's all you need for Paul George. Paul George is a lot better to me personally when somebody's getting him to his spots and he's scoring as opposed to him having to do a lot of work and then get to his spots. I feel like he's a lot better that way.
I mean, I could respect your MVP take, but I don't think your point should be because with John Wall there, he's going to put up 27 points per game. Paul George has never done that in his career besides the time with Russell Westbrook.
No.
And I don't think that John Wall provides that.
Because John Wall is there, that could happen. I guess what I'm saying is, if you have a stable point, if Paul George has a stable point guard, right, and he doesn't have to work as hard to get buckets, if his game is already he has the smoothest game in the NBA to me personally, but after KD probably, but one of the smoothest games. So I'm saying because of his game, how fluid it is, if you give him a point guard like John Wall, let's say John Wall averages like 8 assists, right? He's an 8 assist guy. His points don't really matter to me because they have a bunch of role players who can score lights out, right? Like Luke Kennard, all these other, not lights out, but they can score at an efficient enough. But if you give him somebody if you give him John Wall who can get him to his spots and score a lot easier, his efficiency is going to go up. So that's why I feel like his points will go up because he'll be scoring more efficiently. He won't have to try as hard to get a bucket.
I mean, Russ
let's see
played
how he
3
looks
years.
coming back. Can't play ball in a while.
Plus, Russ, Paul George played 3 years, but Russ only had one time above 27. So, I'm just not with that. I don't see John Wall being able to.
But he's never had a point. But he's never had a point guard.
He has had a point guard. He had Russ. He went there for 1 year.
You don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like Russ isn't a playmaker per se. He's not really. I'm not trusting Russ to run an entire offense to get people where they need to go.
And you trust John Wall right now?
I don't think anybody.
You trust John Wall right now off of an injury, bro?
You said what?
You trust John Wall right now?
Dub, what are you talking about? He wasn't injured last year.
I mean, off of him not playing the whole season.
When he was on the court, he averaged 21 and 7, I believe. I think if I'm tripping, it was like 21.
He was not okay. He was not good.
No, I'm not saying.
Someone just called Dub a white boy. That is hilarious.
No, that's funny as hell. I saw that too.
No, I'm not saying he's gonna be good as in like he's gonna have to score. He's gonna be scoring at a high clip because honestly, him playing with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, I'm not expecting John Wall to be a scorer. That's not what he's there to do. He's there to get them the ball. That's what I feel like But as opposed to Russ isn't somebody who you can rely on to get people in spots. That's the problem. That's the problem he has. That's the reason why his game is so predicated on him being the guy.
Nah, no offense, bro. All I'm gonna say to that to end the argument is the fact that Paul George, bro, he's never been nowhere near 27 points per game unless apart from the time he played that 1 year with Russell Westbrook. If you really think that John Wall impacts his game that much to make him jump from an average 23 to 22 points per game score all the way to a 27, hey, that's on you, bro. I don't think John Wall offers that level of
But my
impact,
argument is the only reason why Paul George has never been that high of a clip of a scorer is because of the way he gets his shots. It's the way he's scoring that makes it harder for him to average that.
I just disagree. There was a time with OKC, bro. He only had 1 year above 27, and that's it. Only one. And he had Russell Westbrook with him, where he didn't have to do as much.
All right, let's move. We're gonna keep talking in circles. Yo, that was a fire exit.
Damn, he just dipped out of here.
Got the heck on. Yeah.
All right, really quick. We're gonna bring another person on, but we have so many super chats that I've just been letting sit here. Scabaldi, J-Rob has a problem with Jokic MVP as a 6 seed, but Russ won it as a 6 seed, and I bet he's fine with that.
To answer that, I mean, I have a problem with him winning a back-to-back because, I mean, what has been the standard for MVPs? And Russ ain't a good example to use because Russ did something that ain't been done in how many years? You know, like it was also, let's also take into account, like the voters is the media. It ain't like the players. So like the story of Kevin Durant leaving and Westbrook averaging a triple-double, he clearly was going to win it. I don't have a problem with Jokic winning. I'm not saying his numbers didn't deserve the MVP, but I do think we moved the needle on what's the expectations for an MVP every year. I mean, at one point it was you have to win, but a guy can have to succeed. So I just think the goalpost for MVP, the standard of it, moves all the time.
Cam Cobain, super chat. Where would Hakeem rank in today's game, and what team would he fit on the most? Marz, you want to answer that?
I think he'd probably be the best player in the league. And team he fits on the most. I mean, I don't want to just throw him on Golden State because that's unfair. So
you can plug him in anywhere, man.
Anybody would fit on him, though.
They'll say the Cavs, he'd be a great fit right now.
Yeah, he'd be a great fit on Cleveland.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, could you pair him with Embiid?
I don't want to see that.
Boston Celtics.
Ace Sturdy. JD let Marz address LeBron's impact off ball. Marz, you were awfully quiet during that.
I had nothing to say. I didn't even, apparently I was asked to look something up. My bad.
They asked you plenty of times, yo, Marz, check it. You was like, what?
Oh, yeah,
we gotta schedule PC shows around Arsenal games, JD.
Right, no kidding.
Yeah.
Damien
host.
Yeah. My bad. Damian Frederick sent a super chat, said Dub allergic to the BS. Anthony McNeil, has Russ proved he can win with the ball in his hand? In 2016, he was playing off ball a lot. And 2020.
He hasn't won.
Hey, yo,
he didn't win without the ball either. So
Jimmy Two Shoes with another super chat. Moss is too quick for this panel. Easy work. Enon Sr. Garland has a great vet and Rondo to be in his ear. That's something we're also not taking into account, is that he does have Rondo there. And Rondo's a good mentor to young point guards. Kabir, what's criteria for super team? We're 90s Bulls. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it as like 3 guys who could be like a number 1. So, I mean, 90s Bulls, I don't really consider them
what does a number 1 mean?
Three
be
guys
a number
with
2
two,
on like a playoff team.
3 guys with 2 Hall of Famers.
I'm not about to get into a Klay Thompson bag again, but there's no way you think Klay Thompson could be a number 1 on a playoff team.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. EJ, what's good, man?
Muted.
You're muted on like your phone or something. You're not muted in the thing though. I don't know what's going on. Is it connected to some headphones that are nowhere in sight? This is fire. We had this issue with somebody last time. Wait, was this the same one that we had the issue with?
Oh, damn,
This
man.
might be, bro.
He is excommunicado, bro.
That's tough, bro.
I
Damn.
can't hear you, man.
Nah,
tough.
you ain't gotta give him the hand though, J-Rob. That's crazy.
Yeah,
See, you're muted. We can't hear you too.
I
We
muted
gotta-
J-Rob because he was
let's kick
yelling
him.
in the background. That's crazy.
kick-
Let's kick J-Rob.
Oh,
Yeah.
Y'all hear me?
Yo, Trey.
Yes,
Trey,
sir.
what's up, man? We can hear you, but we can barely see you. What are you? Are you
Oh
okay?
my god.
Are you in a
bro.
store?
I
Where are
gotta
you
get
at,
y'all-
bro? You're echoing crazy.
That boy needs to get some light. Turn the light on.
Yeah, where are you, bro?
No, I'm like, I mean, I got light, man, but I mean, bro, I just gotta give
That's
y'all
all good.
flowers first, man.
You on your Bane
Nah,
impersonation?
you
Let him
good,
go.
man.
Let him go.
You
He's
good.
about to say nice things about us.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, Marz, my guy, but you did say some crazy shit about Mike Tyson not too long ago. J-Dub, man, they be giving you slack, man, with the hosting. You is a great host, bro. Hey, Ron great too, but you know what I'm saying? You my dude. Euro,
Appreciate
you keep
you,
it
bro.
real. 100 grand, my man, like Pascal. 100 grand pots and pans, man. You my dog.
Fire.
Dub, you tripping. But you know what I'm saying? You one of them young dudes that keep it 100 sometimes too. And my man J Rob, you hit him with the headshot earlier, dog. You got him up out
Thank
there.
you, bro.
Headshot.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
It was
that.
on some,
Fire, man.
ticket shit, bro. Word.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
I had to
But
scramble
man,
that
look,
egg, man.
my only problem is when I be watching the show, man. Like I said, y'all like my third ranked show on TV right now. I mean, y'all ain't on TV, but
Okay.
I got First Take, I got Undisputed, and I got y'all, man. Like y'all really got
Hey,
some
that's not
entertainment
bad
stuff
company.
going
That's
on.
not bad
Love.
company. Word.
Love.
Yeah, nice.
Oh
Appreciate
no,
that.
of course not. But my only thing is, man, I feel like I done heard some crazy stuff about these older guys, man. Just like far as like evolution wise, like y'all, I feel like y'all like believe in a lot of evolution and skill wise, but I feel like y'all be disrespecting like a lot of guys. I think I heard somebody say JaVale McGee with bang on Wilt Chamberlain.
Probably
Like that's
true.
come on, man. Like, y'all gotta
I
stop
think
with the
that was
disrespect, bro. Like that's like, you know what I mean. And then I heard, I think I was doing like a players list one time with a 75. Somebody had Elgin Baylor like damn near out of here, man. It's like, come on, you gotta respect some of these guys in the era they played with. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a
He
lot of
sounds a
y'all
lot like
have.
Marz.
Do you think
Was
player
that you, Marz?
evolution?
I mean, I agree with what you're saying.
Do you
Like,
think player evolution is overrated because some of these players were, if they played in this era, they'd have the same circumstances. So we can't really say.
man. Like you got to look at that stuff because look, like for instance, like I feel like Marz, his ranking, like it be spot on sometimes, but I feel like it's contradicting sometimes. Like I believe you would have Magic Johnson in your top 5, right?
God no,
You said no.
definitely not.
What would you have? What would you have Magic Johnson?
We're going all time. So you want me to
All
include
time,
you
all
as a-
time.
bear with me.
This is the best player or the
Oh yeah, no, we'll go greatest to try and move Magic up a little bit.
I think you had him at 10.
That's super nasty, Marz.
He is 100% not in the top 10.
Magic Johnson?
He's behind. Larry Bird is at 10. So no, he's
Oh,
behind Larry Bird.
I got Magic in that 10, bro. He got to go somewhere.
So
I
what?
can't
So
put him
where do you
above-
have? What do you have? Steph Curry.
behind Magic.
Oh, so
So
he's
you
like
have
12,
So
Steph
is
Curry.
Magic 11?
12? So he's 12.
Magic's 11. Steph
Curry's
is
12.
12. And KG is 13.
See, that's why I feel like I feel like that's where it's really contradicting. Like I said, I got a lot of respect for you, and I like how you grade players and stuff. But I feel that's kind of contradicting because if you're talking about evolution, you're talking about skill wise, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Steph Curry should be definitely top 5. You know what I'm saying? Because like, what is Magic Johnson really doing better than Steph Curry? What is Magic Johnson doing really better than Steph Curry?
that was my greatest players. If you wanted to ask for my best player, Steph is at 5. I have Steph at 5. Best players to ever play. Steph is to me, he's number 5.
And where's Magic?
Bear with me.
Bear with me. Bear with me.
Probably not on the list.
Magic is at 12. About to be
Okay.
13. 'cause
Okay,
Giannis
so
Bradley
greatest
played.
and best, he's like on the same.
Basically,
in the same
I
position.
could respect that point though, because when you pick greatest, when you pick the greatest, you always include in accolades. When you say best, you kind of just talking about them as a player.
Yeah, best players I have Steph up.
But I'm with you, bro. I think
537.
Magic is easily top 10. I think he gotta.
You
So
said
I
you have
feel
him at
like
10. How's that easily?
Yeah, that's
No,
not
I didn't-
easily.
I didn't say I had him
that's
at
a
10.
I'm
I
pretty
didn't say
sure
I
you
had him
had
at
him
10.
I'm pretty sure you said you had him at 10, but
No, I didn't have him at 10. I didn't say that. I never said that.
oh,
So I feel like in that case, you saying like that, I feel like if you grading like that on your best players, I feel like you should have Dwight Howard better than Kareem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Take the accolades away I feel like you would not dare put Dwight Howard over Kareem in any type of list. I don't care if it's best, greatest. You know what I'm saying? But how you judging players, Marz, you should have Dwight Howard better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's a better skill player. Like, he's stronger, bigger, faster, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You grade your stuff.
How do you think I judge players? Because now I'm confused. Because you're saying how I judge players. How do I judge players?
Like you say, your greatest list. I feel like you include like accolades on your greatest list, right?
I don't include accolades in anything. I hate accolades with a passion.
That is crazy.
Greatest to me is just how good you were and then how long you were good for. That's it.
To be fair, I am also very confused about Marz and his ranking system. And he has
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I have 4 lists. I'll explain every list.
4 lists?
There's a reason why.
I thought it was 2.
You tiptoeing. That's tiptoeing.
This guy multiplied it.
That's crazy.
It will make sense why I have 4 lists.
Okay, go ahead.
I have the greatest players ever, which includes Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, those guys.
Bob Cousy.
Anything before the shot clock does not count.
You said, well, this is your greatest list or your best list?
That's the greatest
This
list.
is greatest. Greatest to me is how good you were and then how long you sustain that level for. So peak, prime, whatever, plus your longevity. That's greatest. That's all it is. No accolades, no nothing. Then I have the greatest players of the modern era. So like Magic and Bird time, 1979. That's the first year because of the 3-point line, all the way on. That's it. So no Kareem because he peaked before the 3-point line, so he didn't make the list. No Wilt Chamberlain, no Bill Russell. Those guys aren't on that list. The only reason I have that list separated is because people like to say, oh, Wilt Chamberlain played against plumbers. I don't want to argue about Wilt Chamberlain, who he played, so I just make a list without him on it. Then I have the best list, which is how good you were at your best, your prime, your peak, whatever the word is. No longevity. It doesn't matter. If you were great for 4 years, but you were like the best ever for those 4 years, you'd be very high on my best list, probably the best. But you'd be lower on the greatest list because of longevity. Example would be Jokic is very high on my best list. He's in the top 15 already. On the greatest list, he's not. I think he's not in the top 25 just because of longevity. That's the explanation for that. And the reason it's 2 lists for best is best players ever, best players of all time. The 2 lists separated because people argue about Bill Russell all the time.
Marz, so what do you have Giannis on that best player list?
Best player ever.
If Jokic is top 15, where's Giannis on that list? I'm just curious.
Giannis is at 12 or 13 behind or in front of Magic, depending on how.
All right, we cool, bro.
I would really like to see that in the post.
I just want to hear. I just want to see if he was going to say he's not better than Giannis.
No. Marz list have and then just put it in the carousel. I want to see that. I have to dissect this.
I understand the list though. Like Marz, they make sense. Like I get it. I think it's a little too much, but I get it.
Now that he broke it down, now that he kind of explained it a little bit better, I kind of get where he's coming from. Like I said, I understand the peak or whatever because you would never. I feel like Kareem definitely has a higher peak than what I'm saying Dwight Howard will ever have. So I feel like okay, I kind of get what you're saying. But the accolade thing, man, I feel like that's another thing too with accolades. Why you don't weigh in accolades on your list? They'll do the same thing. Like I don't care about when you play the game to win these accolades, man. Like that's like you saying that's like the Kevin Durant situation. Like you got Kevin Durant has y'all the better skills. He's taller. He can shoot the mid range. He can, get to the cup. He can play out the ball. He can play on the ball. But it's like you got all these things, but you're not winning, man. So how is that? How does that make you the better basketball player? That's like I'm being a boxer, right? I'm a boxer or whatever, or a baseball player. I I got the best reach. I'm faster than you. Like I'm stronger than you. All this stuff.
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't got a belt. So is accolades to you titles?
Huh?
Is accolades titles or is it all-star appearances?
It's everything to me. Defensive player of the year, all that's accolades.
Why does the defensive player of the year matter? Like, do I need to see a defensive player of the year to say Tim Duncan was a great defender? I don't think so. He never.
No, okay. I'm explaining the defensive player thing of the year because I feel like what's his name? Rufus kind of headshotted Dale the other day. Name a defensive player that's been a slouch in the NBA. You cannot name it.
No one said you can win defensive player of the year being bad, but it doesn't mean you were the best.
So that's what I'm saying to you. When these accolades matter, they rate on how good of a player you are. What you know what I'm saying?
Where do you rank Marcus Smart in the? Where do you rank Marcus Smart?
Player of the year? You're not going to convince me of that.
Hold on, say it again, Marz.
You can't tell me Marcus Smart and Draymond Green are on the same level defensively because they have the same amount of defensive player of the years. You like
How many?
no matter
How many
you
defensive
try
players
to
of the year?
argue
How many defensive
that
players of a year does Draymond Green have? Like I think like 2,
one,
right?
one.
One.
Oh, he has
What
one.
about all
2.
defense?
One. Wait, I'm
Oh,
gonna
he
look
has
right now.
one.
I'll get you right now. I'll tell you right now because I want to confirm that. I don't want to just lie.
Draymond has 1 defensive player of the year and
one.
he's made 7
Yeah.
all defensive teams.
He has 1.
I would agree with you that. I mean, that's when you like picking hairs. I agree that Draymond Green is a better defensive player than Marcus Smart, but Marcus Smart is not like he's not a, you know what I'm saying, he's not a scrub, like, you know what I mean.
No one's saying he's bad. It just defensive player of the year means you were the best defender for the season. That's what it means. I don't think Marcus Smart has ever had a year where he was even a top 5 defender for a year, but he won the award. I don't need to see an award to justify my opinion on a player. That's why I don't care about the accolades. I can see Giannis. I know he's been the best player in the league. This year, he was the best player in the world. He didn't win the MVP. I don't need to see that to justify my opinion. That's what I'm saying. Kareem has 6 MVPs. Michael Jordan has 5. It doesn't mean he's better than MJ. I don't care that he won these awards. Winning the award doesn't make you a better player. Winning the awards is just how other people view you.
Yeah.
And I don't care how other people view you.
I mean, I agree with that.
But
I feel like the awards help you make a better. Like, I feel like I go by the eye test and awards. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the awards and the accolades help you judge. You know what I'm saying? Judge the player. How much? You know what I'm saying? It helps you judge, man. You know what I'm saying? It definitely helps you.
No,
judge.
I agree.
Like
with
the
that.
rings.
No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
There was an award that said that JT was first team All NBA, but is JT the best small forward in the league?
You said all defensive or just all NBA?
I
All
think he was
NBA.
first team All NBA. Is he the
Mhm.
best? Is he the best small forward in the league?
No. I wouldn't say that. But I consider he's like a top 3.
Yeah,
Top 3?
Devin Booker was first team All NBA. He's not better than Steph Curry, who was All NBA second team. Like these accolades, they don't prove that you are better than someone else. That's
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
And I do think sometimes that's why I brought up, when that question came about Jokic and the MVP, 6C versus this, that. Like I do think there's times where like politically people just get it wrong with the accolades. Like I think Marc Gasol in 2013, he won Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron finished second, but Marc Gasol was, I think, second or third team all defense that year, and LeBron was first team. So like, how does that make sense?
But even being considered for the accolades as well, too, So I get what you're saying about like the media vote, and it can go different ways. But I'm like, even if you're in contention for some of these accolades, and you sometimes you like Steve Nash, you said the same stuff about Steve Nash, but I felt like him being in contention for it, like it shows like in him winning it shows how it stands out versus you not.
No, I feel you, but I also think though people kind of take what Marz said, he doesn't look too deep into accolades too much in the context, because you got to also listen to him when he makes the point that like he also tells you that if you don't win a championship, you're kind of a loser in your career. So there's a point to winning. Like you have to win. Like there is still a point of that. But if you get caught up with saying, oh, this guy won DPOY and this guy was All NBA this year and that year, if you go year by year, it gets shrewd because Jason Tatum was first team All NBA, but he ain't the best small forward. And like we said before, Devin Booker had a hell of a year, but there's guards that we would take over Devin Booker. So if you get lost in the accolades, sometimes it could definitely sway your opinion on where guys stand in certain aspects.
Because I guarantee you, if Kevin Durant doesn't win those 2 rings, if he's like that's one of the biggest debates up here too. I feel like if Kevin Durant didn't win those 2 rings, y'all would not have him like as high as y'all have him. That's why I say
I agree.
As a basketball player, I'm ranking KD high. I'm ranking KD very high as a basketball player because he's still one of the greatest basketball players.
With no rings?
We're talking about
I don't give a shit about the rings.
Yeah, but if we're talking about the greatest of all time, the conversation changed. I think, best talent though, for sure. If he's on that list, he has to be. It's a freak show.
Does anyone
say, for instance, like Kyrie Irving and Zeke, who I feel like a lot of y'all gonna take Kyrie Irving
over who?
Isaiah Thomas.
No, I'll take Zeke.
I'll take Zeke too.
I'll probably take Isaiah Thomas, bro. And that's not because I think Kyrie's more talented, but I think
I got more respect now. I feel like I think some of y'all
Zeke has different intangibles though. This is like my thing I talked about Hakeem and Tim. Like I think the intangibles are a little different though.
We've never really talked about Zeke for real like that.
Right.
What about you, Marz? Who you taking?
I'm taking Isaiah Thomas, but Isaiah Thomas isn't very high on my point guards list. but I'm still taking him over Kyrie.
Yo,
there's times it was dog.
who's your top 3 in the MVP race this year, or like prediction?
Oh, I said it earlier, man. Marz hit on the head, man. I feel like Giannis be getting. He gets like last year. I feel like he should have won it. I got Giannis winning this year. I got Luka coming in second. And I got Embiid. I feel like Tatum was a sleeper too, man. Tatum could go off this year as far as just like, you know what I mean? Not like
nice.
I feel like Tatum
wasn't
could
even
like
thinking about Tatum.
He could grow this year. He has like a lot of potential to grow as far as like him losing in the finals. His mentality gonna probably get better. He's gonna be a little bit more hungrier. You know what I'm saying? And he's, you know what I mean? I feel like he's gonna probably have that drive more. So I feel like he's kind of a sleeper pick. But Giannis, man, Giannis just different. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said Tatum because the other person I think we're forgetting is Ja Morant.
Oh yeah, I
think the problem with Ja Morant is that the voters are always going to dock him for his team being good because they did last year. You know, their record without
he wasn't going to win MVP. He wasn't going to win MVP last year though. Regardless,
no, he was.
So,
yeah, I agree.
But the fact that he was in that conversation, like, had a very good chance.
Do you have a dark horse, like somebody new? Because I think last year at one point people were talking about DeMar DeRozan, and he kind of came out of left field into that conversation.
That was very left field.
Left field. So do you have any like left field people that somebody may have a season they might enter the conversation?
Oh man, he's like
somebody
interesting. Like nobody like just like okay,
nobody. Yeah, because Bo before said maybe Paul George. So I knew you got.
I think y'all was kind of talking about it earlier. Old buddy was kind of. I'm probably gonna get flamed up for this, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I am a PG fan, man. I like PG. But if I had to pick anybody that's like I feel like that's far from it but could get close to it, it's probably Paul George. You know what I mean? But other than that, I probably, you know what I mean? That's probably.
I'm worried about the amount of games. Paul George and Kawhi are they gonna play enough games?
Yo, I like this one. Shout out to Redman, Anthony Edwards. That's a great dark horse pick.
I like that one too.
Great dark horse pick.
I think he'll get the same treatment. He'll get the same treatment that Ja did.
Yeah, but they're going to be like a 7th seed, bro. They're not going to be a high enough seed, I think, for him.
I don't think he wins it, but like even to just get put in that conversation, we're like, oh shit.
You know what I did see in the chat that was kind of interesting? I'm like, no, I don't think it's antisocial. He said Anthony Davis could be a dark horse.
They've been saying that for a few years now.
Ever since he's been in the NBA.
So why? But this is my point. Why are you not on the train? Because he gets hurt a lot, right?
No, I just think
that's usually why, right?
Nah, when I look at when I see him play,
but we out here saying Paul George and
it's not about that.
AD's played more games than both him and Kawhi Leonard.
He's playing with. It's not even about.
You act like I'm
not talking about you. I'm talking.
I mean, that's the same, all in the same basket right there. These guys.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's not impossible because when he's at his best, he's like 27-10. So.
But that's when he's at his best. He's playing with LeBron James, bro, and they have to fill a role. So I think it's very hard for anybody to win an MVP while playing with LeBron James. It is what it is.
LeBron. Paul George was like he finished like top 3. And he played with Russ. It's possible.
And to J-Rod, man, I feel like a lot of people kind of was like hitting you. I feel like a lot of people was giving you some smoke in the chat with the Cavs, but to be honest, man, if you look at that Cavs team, dude, with the Donovan Mitchell and all that, man, and you on paper, no, JD, listen, man, come on, JD, come on,
just listen to him, talk your shit,
I ain't finna. If you look at that Cavs team on paper and you put that Cavs team against that Miami Heat team in a series, man, it's gonna be close. Like the only reason why I feel like it could probably go wrong because it's a newer team. But people sleep on Mobley, man.
That's why I'm saying it.
I thought you were talking about the Pistons. Yeah, I thought you were going to talk about. I thought he was going.
Yeah, I thought you were going
about the Pistons joint.
Yeah. The Pistons
no, J-Rob, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, look, I try to have you back on that shit, bro. I ain't flaming you up too bad. I understand what you were saying though. Old buddy came on here getting at you.
I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is though, this is the thing though. He came up here to get at me, but all he said though, okay, you could say it was a shit comparison. But his only argument to dispute me was it's just a bad take. It wasn't any facts. Like, bro,
I see what you were doing though. You really kind of being devil's advocate. You didn't want to go.
I think people were taking that shit way too literal.
Yeah,
a way better comparison would have been 2012 or the OKC team, OKC team. That would have been a way better comparison.
You know what? I made the comparison based on the elite backcourt and the potential elite frontcourt. That's the only reason I made it.
I was even trying.
like a cohesion.
Silly.
I was even trying. I was
Wishful
even
thinking.
trying to think of some talking points to help you out, and I was like, "Damn, bro, I don't know what the."
That
fuck
was
to say.
crazy.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
problem is it does sound. I knew it was gonna sound crazy when I said it out loud. I knew it from the moment it came out of my mouth.
Nah,
But
man,
I
I
didn't
knew what you
mean
were
it.
trying to do, man.
I didn't mean it like that. Like I didn't mean it was going to be them. I'm just saying we've seen a team that has a great backcourt and then a great front court. You know, it's not just like one player or two players that's going to carry this shit. There's like
I ain't got no
a
waves, bitch. I
unit.
just like wearing a wave cap, bro.
It's the
Why-
unit.
And Dirk, y'all asked a question earlier. I think it was a question earlier.
Yeah,
Dirk is
back
clearing
fire.
Kawhi. That playoff run, Dirk is clearing it, man. You like
Come on.
Euro kind of like he hit Marz with the statistical I knew what
No, I
Marz was
asked
gonna
him.
say, man.
I
When
asked
you
him.
hit the statistical part, I was like, yeah, Marz on like it's one of points wise one of the greatest playoffs runs ever. But just if you look at the totality, man, look like with the eye test, Dirk
had Dirk.
clear that, man. Like you beat
I
a
had Dirk.
three-headed dragon. Like you just like
Yeah.
it don't top
I'll
that
give it to
playoff,
Dirk,
that
too.
playoff series, that playoff run, man. So I
Elite.
got Dirk clean that.
I think it also felt
All
more
right.
just because we know what Dirk
Let's
had to
move,
do to
let's
get
move.
there. You know, like what he
Trey,
went through to get
appreciate
there.
you tapping in, bro. Thank you so
All right,
much.
man.
for
Love
coming
the
up here,
show,
bro.
man. Appreciate
Yes, sir,
it.
Trey.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you,
Shout
brother.
out Trey.
Appreciate
man.
that, man.
Shout out Trey.
Kid Darkness. Sorry for the exit, fellas. Y'all have a good one. That was an elite exit, by the way, buddy.
Yeah.
Vari. So
Okay.
Braun the GOAT in terms of greatness to you, Marz?
Yes.
Elite.
Yes, Mars. Yes,
Senior
Mars.
Smith. When people say Oscar Robertson, an all-time great without looking at his jump shot, he was great for his era, but let's be real, the dogs started coming in the league in the late 90s.
Yo, I'm so mad they had that Oscar Robinson take, bro. Wow, on the Jason Williams. show. That shit was so nasty. Oh, he
Yeah.
could slow the game down.
I
Da-da-da.
heard
Mind you, they
4 top 5 point guards and none of them had Steph
Oh my,
Curry's name.
bro, it's ridiculous. Oh, he could slow the game down. Da 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 da. Mind you, they're playing at an all-time fast pace where he's literally just running it up, bro. They're running back and forth. Like,
E.
Brandon
Nolan
Ingram.
Sr. said Brandon Ingram, dark horse as well.
That's a
that's-
terrible take.
I ain't gonna lie, that could be a terrible take, but I did see that picture of him with the afro and the scruffy beard.
No,
It
that's
gave
an
me-
atrocious. Brandon
it
Ingram,
gave
dark
me-
horse
it
MVP
gave
is
me-
an
It
atrocious.
gave me he was in his
Oh,
bag.
man.
Like, he's-
Maybe-
He's not-
maybe-
he's not even a
maybe
dark
top
horse
20,
all-star.
maybe
He's
top
not even a
20 in
dark
the
horse
MVP,
all-star.
dogs. I
That's a
don't know.
terrible take.
G
Baby.
baby. Keeping it G with G baby.
Keep it
It's
G
been a
podcast.
minute, man.
Keep
It
it G.
has
good.
been. It has been. Just first off, so I just want to get a couple things out the way. Kareem's a fraud, pushing that narrative. Can't. I've stopped ranking him.
A fraud.
This is why no one takes us
Kareem-
serious.
Yeah,
G-Baby, come on, bro. He's a
I'm not. I
fraud.
don't. No, that's not the main point I wanted to get up here. I just want to say I'm tired of Kareem. Like the way people big him up, top 2, top 3, and not like stop. Like we're not doing this. I'm tired of Kareem. Tired of the Kareem bigging up. Like I'm very much on like. I don't want to get too much of the Kareem. J-Rob, I'm really coming to you because I've actually had smoke with you
What
for
did
a
I
minute.
do?
I've actually had smoke with you for a minute. And
What did I
yeah, call
do?
me
A minute.
biased all y'all want. It's about Jokic. And I'm coming at you here because
Oh my god.
because there's two things that I want to talk about. First of all, with his MVPs. I understand Jokic was a 6 seed. Let me put it out there for everybody. I understand he was a 6 seed. All right? That's not common. I get it. But without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., he was 3 games behind everybody that y'all keep saying should have won, which was Giannis and Embiid. Those are the 2 names I hear all the time. He was 3 games behind him. Embiid had his healthy squad and then got Harden after. Giannis had his healthy squad. We were missing our top 2 scoring options. We was rolling out there with Aaron Gordon and Monte Morris, relying on Will Barton and Bones Highland, who I like, but he's a
Wait,
lefty.
so
Ain't
you're
nobody
a
saying
Nuggets.
that.
So you just said
Keeper.
we. So you're a Nuggets fan.
Keeper.
Oh yeah, I ain't shy about that.
Oh,
But
so you're speaking out of bias. You're speaking
no.
out of
Because
bias.
look, I tell everybody all the time. If y'all wanted to say last year, like, all right, if Embiid doesn't get hurt,
why
he
do
did,
y'all
I could
think
give
someone
y'all
talk
that.
about their own team as biased? That's
Nah,
so weird to
but
me.
my thing is like, even if y'all wanted to say, even
Duh,
if y'all
you've
wanted to
never
say
been
like
biased.
the first MVP,
I've never been biased by Miami. I
Why
haven't
are we
even
lying? Why are we lying?
Go continue,
Why are we
G, baby.
lying?
Continue.
Nah, because
Maybe you need to loosen that thing up.
Nah, because if y'all want to say the first one, like, all right, if
Squeeze in your
Embiid
head.
doesn't get hurt, even though everything with Jokic MVPs is if whatever. If Embiid doesn't get hurt, y'all want to say he would have won it? Fine. For me, it was a 2-head race between Embiid and Jokic the first year anyway. But Jokic just stayed strong. They won. They were what, a 3 seed or whatever it was. Like Jokic he was like 26, 10, and 8. Or 7, whatever it was. So like, yeah, if y'all want to say Embiid, because they were leading the East before he got hurt too. So I get y'all. But last year, like, yes, I understand 6 seed, whatever the case. But you also have to take into account like situations. Like he's down his top 2 scoring options. The way y'all talk about LeBron, if LeBron would have did the same thing, winning 48 games. No. If LeBron would have won 48 games without AD and Russ all year on that Lakers team, y'all would be like, oh, best player in the world. This guy's this guy's that. Undoubted MVP if he was doing this without his top 2 options. Like, I get Jamal and Michael aren't on the same level as an AD and in some eyes Russ, but nevertheless, without his top 2, some guys that he's relied on. Like, I know Jamal Murray, like, he ain't looked as crazy, but 22 point per game score and a 19 point per game score. Like, those are your next 2 top 2 scoring options. You have to rely on Will Barton, bro. Like, I genuinely hate when everybody seems like it's crazy that Jokic won MVP literally just because of a 6 seed. When the West, I'll give it to the Suns and all that, they was top heavy. The Grizzlies came out of nowhere, didn't expect that. But he was 3 games behind the 2 people that y'all said should have won MVP. So if 3 games is enough to be like, oh, nah, he can't get it, that's crazy to me. And
I'm not even finna dispute. I'm not finna dispute like your talking points. I don't think what you're saying is wrong. My issue wasn't that Jokic didn't deserve the MVP off his talent. My only reason why I said he didn't deserve it is because I do feel like we're not considered. The voters aren't consistent. Because one year the voting is like, yes, we could bring up the fact that what's the shit called? The Russ won with the triple-double year, and that was an anomaly year, but that was so specific. And all I'm saying is when we look at like the history of the MVP, like when guys like LeBron or have not gotten the award, the issue has been where he's seated in the East. And so all I'm saying with Jokic is if that's the logic, then like my issue is I just think we moved the criteria, bro. That's the only reason I had an issue with it. That's nothing to do with his stats, numbers. I understand the situation, but also G baby, they don't account for situation in that shit. Like they don't. Like nobody accounts for, oh well, he didn't have this guy, so I
genuinely believe that's the only reason Jokic won the MVP this year, because of his situation.
You think so?
I think if everybody was healthy, he wouldn't have gotten it. I think if Jamal if he would have did the same thing, 27-14-7, and Jamal and MPJ were there, let's just say they won like 5 more games, I genuinely don't think he gets it. Because they'd be like, oh, we saw it last year, cool, we'll give it to Embiid, probably should have got it, but he got hurt. Or Giannis, 2 seed, whatever the case. I genuinely believe the only reason Jokic is a back-to-back MVP, I won't say only. The main reason he's a back-to-back MVP is because the second year he was doing better without his top 2 options. They won 48 games. Like without Jamal, when we knew Jamal, and once Michael Porter Jr.
G baby, let me cut you off real quick. I'm gonna just say this to the chat, yo. If you're in this chat and you're not willing to talk about my girl to my face, stop bringing my girl up in the chat, bro. I'm not trying to make it into a thing. But you niggas is only bringing that shit up because what my girl does for a living, how she get paid, what she does. If you're going to keep talking about her, bro, don't do it because you're not going to say it to my face. You niggas is not going to be tough enough to get in my face and say that shit. So, yeah, you can say everything you want about my shorty in this chat, but when it comes to saying that shit to my fucking face, you won't do it. So, I'm not trying to be all upset and shit, but, yo, chill out. Because
Mods,
you look crazy.
Mods, moving forward, if anyone says anything about his girl,
stop bringing up Kia Nurse and all that corny shit. I don't know her. That shit is whack, bro.
Sit him in timeout.
Like whatever y'all can say to me, say that shit to my face. I could take that, but you're not gonna bring her into it just because you give a fuck that she playing the WNBA. You motherfuckers is weird. Y'all corny as fuck, and y'all bunch of beta ass niggas because y'all up here talking about shit that y'all would never say to my face, bro. So let's just leave it at that. I'm sorry, G baby. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. That was wild, but no, it's just my I guess, and it's because I feel like with you, like that's why I asked you earlier in the chat. Like I could have swore you said he wasn't top 5, and so it was like I hear the other people above him and like saying he didn't deserve MVP. It's just like when it comes to the situation, like he didn't have his top 2 options and he won 48 games. Like and he missed I think 8, and I think they were 1-7 or whatever the case it was without him. So it was like and out of everybody, I feel like Jokic is probably the bigger Iron Man. Like Jokic ain't gonna miss no 15-20 games in a season. Jokic is gonna play most of them things. He's gonna play 70+. So
G-Baby been waiting to get that off, man.
Honestly, I have. Yo, it's just I just feel like
in the Discord, bro.
Yeah, I've been arguing. Like I said, I genuinely understand. Like if people want to say Giannis should have won it, cool. Like I know who Giannis is. That's the only one. Even though sometimes I troll, that's the only one I say in the league right now is better than Jokic. I'm never gonna argue Curry, but I'm never gonna argue it. But I think Jokic is just a little bit better right now. So I understand if you want to say Giannis, Embiid, I understand what he was doing. I'm not gonna take that away. But usually when I hear Jokic shouldn't have got it, I always hear seeding, and then I hear he shouldn't have got it either year. And then I always hear, well, if Embiid didn't get hurt, and if this didn't happen, and if this and that. I'm like, how is it Jokic's fault that he was healthy? That ain't on him. I was like, how is it Jokic's fault this year that Jamal didn't come back and Michael Porter Jr. only played 9 games? That's not his fault. And he still was leading his team. Mind you, again, nobody would have thought when Michael Porter Jr. wasn't coming back that we was go. Everybody said play in. Nobody's thought. I mean, yeah, 6 seed, but 48 games. That's 3 games behind these healthy teams that everybody's saying should have won MVP. So that to me is wild. I don't think that's crazy. If you want to go with Giannis, cool, but don't come out here and act like it's crazy that Jokic got MVP here. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that the MVP award. I'm not gonna sit here and say the MVP award is inconsistent. But I genuinely believe there's times where certain situations or certain what do you call it, scenarios warrant an exception. So for example, you mentioned Russ. Triple-double, something we ain't never seen before. If people want to say Harden should have won it, that's cool. I understand. But Russ did something he ain't never been before. Scenario here, Jokic didn't have his top 2 guys and won 48 games. And mind you, I always hear about this. Until Marz brought it up, I ain't never heard nobody complain about Kareem winning an MVP missing the playoffs. I never heard nobody bring that against him. Up until Marz brought it up.
The reason, here's the thing, man. I like where you're going with that. You know what I mean? In terms of his other top 2 guys or whatever not being there and him having to carry the load or whatever. But I mean, by that definition, Scottie Pippen should have won MVP during the year when Jordan was out.
When they
because he was definitely. Yeah, the first time, because he was definitely in MVP talks and he averaged 22, you know what I mean? It's not he was the best guy on the team and then he just kind of had to fill the void off of guys that came after him. No, he actually had to fill the shoes of the greatest player of all time.
No, and I feel you. And with that being said, if you're gonna say that, that's perfect. I don't know. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know who won MVP that year. I don't know what the lists were. I don't know what the stats were. I don't know that off the top of my head. So,
all right.
Sorry, what?
I want to do something. I want to do something because we have about 15 minutes left. There's 3 people waiting. I'm bringing everybody up here, and let's see what happens. If you can't be controlled or control yourself, I'm just going to have to remove you. So let's try and be controlled in this chaos. All right? So I'm going to bring everybody up here. Here we go. Onward, bro.
Hey,
Ace Boogie and
so
Delusional. Is this the... Hold on. I think I know who this is. Delusional, can you talk? Delusional, are you here?
Somebody's riding his bike for sure.
I don't think he's here. That's tough.
He probably went to go use the bathroom.
Anwar, I muted you for a second because your background noise is crazy. Cam Cobain, hot take, Jimmy Butler is a top 10 player.
See, and y'all call me fucking biased, and I don't even say no shit like that. I said last year that the Miami Heat was a championship contender, and they went to Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. But y'all hear me talking shit about them this year, right? Fuck out of here. I ain't even no bias,
I don't think you
bro.
were crazy for saying that. I mean, I don't think you were crazy for saying that.
I ain't no bias.
Yeah,
nah,
like
bro.
same days.
Nah, these people piss me off too, son. Like they be making a stupid ass.
Nah, bro. You were saying whatever you saying, but you had a lot of heat, behind that. Yo, they winning the championship. There's a chance, and everybody was just like, bro, they not winning no fucking championship.
I said
that
we
was
had
the
a definitely. I said we had a chance, bro. What the hell was wrong with me saying that?
Negative.
I'm not saying that this year. I'm not saying that this year because I'm not sure about that.
Nah, bro.
What's changed?
Oh, what's this? I think the Boston Celtics got better with Malcolm Brogdon. I think
this guy's echoing.
I think the Sixers got better with adding PJ Tucker, and I think James Harden's going to be healthy this year. I think losing PJ Tucker was a significant loss, and we didn't get anybody to replace that. So I think we'll be contending with people and fighting with people, but I'm not confident of us making it to the finals. It's going to be real.
That's tough.
I know it's heartbreaking. They got to make some fucking moves.
Should have KD.
They can still get KD. Yeah.
Ace Boogie,
No, they can't.
Ace Boogie, what do you want to get off your chest, bro?
Oh man, y'all gotta
A's Boogie.
work with me, man. My voice is kind of shot, fighting the fucking sinus infection. But it's this whole Jokic thing, bro. Like, and it's been we've been talking about it for a while. If you take away, well, let's not take it away because I guess playmaking is a big asset of his, right? The thing is, I don't want my center to be an elite playmaker because he's a center. Yeah, it's a plus, but like G-Baby was saying, if Jamal Murray's on the team, I don't think Jokic's playmaking is as high as it is. He does it because he has to. Which is why I think. What's up, G-Baby?
He averaged.
Yo, you could have kept. How did you just write the finger?
Get your point.
I raised my hand and I asked. I was raising my hand. I was raising my hand.
kept getting in your bag and you just let the.
You know, I just wanted to point out.
Yo, am I good? Am I good?
JD started the conversation.
Yeah.
He didn't want people wilding out, so I'm trying to be like,
No, yeah, but you had the floor.
That's why I raised my hand.
Anyway, all right, okay. We'll go back for afterwards. All right. I guess, in my opinion, Embiid is the better scorer. He's way better at defending. The only thing Jokic does better is playmate. And I don't need, like I said, I don't need my center to playmake, especially if he's playing with a James Harden or Ben Simmons. So y'all keep giving the edge to playmaking. Y'all keep giving him the edge for playmaking like it's some giant thing, and it's just not. Centers don't need to be playmaking. If he does it, it's a plus. But y'all, the way it doesn't move the needle, in my opinion, like y'all make it seem like it does. And plus, he does not have consistent playoff success. He had one deep playoff run way back when in the bubble. Since then, where is he going?
And Jamal Murray.
Okay, I was with you.
I will agree. I can hear you, but.
Using that for an Embiid argument is crazy.
Thank you.
It's not an Embiid argument.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I gotta.
He never brought up Embiid. He never brought up.
No, he brought up
The
Embiid
whole
with scoring
comparison was about Embiid.
that was the whole comparison.
Boogie, you brought up Embiid.
Yes, he brought up the scoring and the defense.
Defender.
I think Embiid is better than Jokic because he is.
I mean, okay, but that's what we're
like I said,
comparing.
the
You
playoff
compared
success
playoff
argument.
success with Embiid, who ain't been to a
I ain't
conference
gonna say that
finals.
because I'm a Sixers fan.
No, I was talking about Jokic in general. But I just brought up Embiid because I think Embiid is better. Jokic's been to the conference finals, once?
And Embiid has been zero.
I mean, I'm about to say, you're making us look bad right now.
Giannis has been. I mean, Jokic been. I mean, not Jokic. Embiid been to a conference finals.
No,
I don't think so.
No, he hasn't.
He lost to Kawhi. He lost to the Hawks.
That was the conference. That was the conference finals.
No, second round. It was second round.
No, it was second round.
Oh, second round. Yeah, second round.
Wait,
It felt like
so
a-
now
Also with the
hold on.
playmaking. Okay, go ahead.
So all of a sudden, now you guys rate the bubble season like high now? Because I've heard y'all talk down on it plenty of times. So now is it ranked higher than it is? Be consistent.
Hey.
Be consistent.
I ain't been on this show. I have not been on this show to tell people that the bubble matters to me. I count that mug. I count that.
Marz say plenty of times the bubble.
Oh yeah, Marz is
And I'm
different.
still saying it.
Yeah, I count that. But also too with the
So the
playmaking.
conference finals doesn't matter if it's one time in the bubble.
No, if Jokic beat LeBron in the conference finals, the championship would have counted. But because LeBron won, it doesn't count.
But also
I
too
agree
with the
with that.
playmaking, you said if Jamal Murray was there, Jokic wouldn't be playmaking as much. He averaged basically the same assists with Jamal Murray there.
So you think?
And he
so you're
playmaking.
telling me-
He had the ball in his hands most of the time. Jamal there or not, like he was doing.
So are you seriously saying his assist numbers don't go down with Jamal Murray on the court?
Bro, I'm telling you that they were. I'm gonna pull it up, but I'm telling you they were
talking
pretty
about?
much the same. I'm telling you they were pretty much the same. The year Jamal Murray was there, averaging 22, and then the next year when Jamal wasn't, it was pretty much the same. It might have been different by like one, maybe.
Jamal was there last year.
But
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been high. It wouldn't have been as high as it is now because the ball
But it's
wouldn't be
not
in his
that far
hand as
off,
much
though.
because you have a competent point guard like Jamal Murray. You just said yourself the only other people you have on the team is who?
Hold on,
Will
I'm not
Barton.
looking.
He averaged
Aaron Gordon,
8.3 with Jamal and 7.9 without him.
Yeah, I was about to say because, like I said, I'm a Sixers fan, but like his numbers still look pretty similar with him without Jamal. I don't think that really.
I mean, I can understand where A's Boogie's coming from where like not the numbers with Jamal Murray and stuff, but I'm saying like in terms of like Jokic's playmaking, I look at it like this. I look at Jokic's playmaking similar to the way I look at point guards and their rebounding. I don't really care about that. I don't care that Russ was averaging 10. I don't care that Jason Kidd averaged 8. It's really not impactful because I could find a center that could replace that. I could find a point guard that could replace the playmaking. I think it's more impactful for a center to be a good defensive player and a high quality scorer as well. I think that's more impactful to the game than Jokic and his playmaking, in my opinion.
I mean, that's fine, but if we're gonna talk about impact, we're not gonna sit here and act like what Jokic was doing with
Jokic's
that
very
team.
impactful. He did an amazing job, and I would never say he didn't deserve MVP. I think he definitely had good reasons on why he deserved MVP.
But he needed to
Why
be
is
a
Dub a
playmaker
frozen
for that
brick
team.
wall?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but he needed to be a playmaker for that team. If
My shit's a
Jokic is
brick
not
wall.
playmaking the way he is, that team is not. Like, that's the whole reason. Like, if we're being blunt, that's the reason they shipped off Nurkic, because they saw what Jokic. Nah, did I think Jokic was gonna get to MVP level? No, but we saw. Oh snap! I got a big man who can score a little
I'm a
bit
brick
and
wall.
play make for the team. Yeah, you look
I have a brick wall. My camera doesn't. Wait.
But G baby, even what you just said, like you said, Jokic's playmaking is important because I feel like if he didn't have that playmaking, especially looking at how how it was last season for y'all, I feel like y'all would be a much worse team in the circumstances y'all were in last year without Jokic's playmaking, because his playmaking is what generated all them shots and stuff like that for y'all to win them 48 games last year with MPJ and Jamal Murray out. Without that playmaking, it makes everything much harder.
I think the playmaking is very much important to the situation he's a part of because it's
Yeah.
lack thereof.
Yeah, I mean, in that aspect, it's very
Yeah.
important because it makes everything flow. Without it, it's not going to be the same Nuggets team. It's going to be
No,
completely
for sure.
Without
But when
Embiid,
go ahead, brother.
no, my bad. Dub. You can finish. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying like when I'm evaluating the players and I separate them from the environments, and I'm just saying like, dag, bro, which one am I willing to work with more? I'm gonna side more with Joel Embiid than Jokic, but I think
I
they're
mean,
very
shoot.
close with each other.
I mean, I agree with you. Only because I'm a Sixers fan. That's why I'm agreeing with you.
That's
I don't hate that.
Without Embiid, right? What are the Sixers? Because
Currently constructed or before Harden?
No, even if you look, even all the mess that's been going on with there, he's been the only consistency in Philadelphia has been Joel Embiid. So if you want to talk about impact, you don't. I think that's extremely high impact. Just based on him.
I feel that because
all the turmoil that's going on, he's the only one that's still been around and still performing through all the situations.
When you say
and
without
defensively,
Embiid,
we need that offensively and defensively. And like I said, there's been times last year that I watched when we were playing without Embiid, we looked confused, like we didn't know what to do. Like it was very like I'm trying to think of a word. It was lacking. That's what I'm thinking about. So I do agree with you there. Embiid, he is bread and butter. Without Embiid, I mean, we may be able to figure something out. But
can we go back to the Cavs?
Oh yeah. Well, just a quick question before we get there, because I want to ask: when you said Embiid, you said what are the Sixers without Embiid? Are we talking about with Harden or before he got there?
I mean, the way y'all talk about Harden, it wouldn't make much difference. The way y'all
I ain't been on there, but I'll tell you right now, Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, and Tobias Harris are better than anything the Nuggets would have had without Jokic last year. I'm telling you right now.
No, I'm not comparing with that. I'm just talking from last season, from what I've seen, like specifically last season when we didn't have Embiid. It was. I mean, we won some games, but it was pretty nasty for the fact that we didn't know what we were doing. Like we didn't have like a system.
Oh yeah. I agree. Yeah, like the two games that y'all won against the Heat, two games that y'all won against the Heat, I like. If Embiid wasn't there, y'all would have got swept. So like, I get you. Like I think Embiid has impact as well. It's just
but I do think that Jokic does get extremely disrespected.
Ace, let's end on Cavs. What's good?
All right. So you guys you said y'all got them what? If let's do everybody's healthy on every team in the East, right?
5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 5.
I got them either
4?
5 or 4. I got them either 5 or 4, leaning towards 4.
Okay. Bucks.
J-Rob, you see this?
Fully healthy. Are they better than the Bucks?
This is the hand that's going to be
are we
run
saying
one-on-one
better
runs.
or higher seed?
They're not better than the Bucks.
Let's just
them Kenny Pickett's. Man.
I mean, I guess if you want to do seeding,
gonna be good enough.
I'm thinking in the playoffs, like when it comes to like playoff matchups. Who they can beat
Playoff
better in the
matchups,
playoffs?
I'm picking the
Who are
Bucks
they beating in the playoffs?
Oh,
Say again.
I think they beating the Nets personally.
They're not beating anyone
Nets,
in the playoffs.
I mean, in the playoffs, they can probably beat.
I don't think they're beating anyone either, J.E. I don't think they're beating anybody in the playoffs either.
I think the Cavs right now are better than the Bulls.
They're not going to
I'm
see
saying,
the
I think they
Bulls.
can beat
I
the
think so.
Bulls.
I think
mean,
so.
I think
Who are
they're
they
better
gonna
than
see,
the Bulls
Jimmy?
right now.
They're not going to see the Bulls.
Because I think they beating the Nets if they match up personally.
No.
I don't think they beat the Nets. They're not beating the Hawks. They're not beating the Celtics. They're not beating the Bucks. They're not beating the Sixers, the Heat, or the Nets. There's 17.
Hey, we being
now.
nasty. Hey, we being nasty right now.
Listen, bro, the only two teams I think that they could probably beat are the Bulls and the Hawks because I feel like they're
I
not
think
too
Miami
far off
might
from
struggle.
I think they could beat Miami.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they could beat Miami as well.
I'm
not gonna lie.
I know you're
gonna-
gonna.
I would've bet
Miami,
on them.
Why
don't
couldn't
know.
they?
I gotta
Why
see how
couldn't they
Miami
beat?
We're
is.
going to
Why
struggle
couldn't they?
against them.
I know you're a Sixers fans, bro. I know you're a Sixers fan, bro, and that's one might piss you off. But why couldn't they beat the Sixers?
Bro, hold on, time out. Let's cut
that
that narrative.
ridiculous?
Last
Is
time
that
that they did
ridiculous?
that last year, Embiid was getting 40 on them both games, so they're not going to stop Embiid.
No, but what I'm saying is like
Jarrett Allen
this
didn't
year,
play
year
one
two,
of his
year two, Evan Mobley. You get Jarrett Allen back. Like
Okay.
I really think the scariest part about the Cavs, I know it's Donovan Mitchell and Garland in that backcourt, but what is year two Mobley going to be like?
I mean,
His feet are a
you're
little
saying
bit.
that they're going to lock
He
down
could be.
Embiid, but that is true, bro.
No, I never said they're going to lock down Embiid. But what if, like, okay, let's say
You guys
Embiid
have
for what
Doc
we
Rivers
say.
as a coach. Anything can happen.
Yeah, like what if you say like we could all say Embiid can average 40 for a series, 35 and 10. But let's be real about James Harden. Is James Harden going to be like James Harden again, or
Yes.
I think James
Yes.
Harden
Even if he is
Yes.
in the
I think
playoffs,
James
Yes.
Harden
once
is
again,
gonna be-
anything can happen.
I think James Harden is going to be pre
Bars.
injury Brooklyn James Harden, like when he first went to Brooklyn, like 20.
like if he's that guy, yeah, if he's that guy, I think he
Listen,
works perfect.
him-
Yeah.
Listen to him injured last year. He almost averaged that same 25,
Mhm.
26, and 10
Yep.
last year. If you look at his
Yep,
numbers,
I agree.
while he was injured, so fully healthy, I expect him to have that kind of production. I don't think he's going to be
disagree
the
with
hard
that.
where he's averaging 36. And this kind of team,
He averaged 22, 7, and 10 in a down
Yeah.
year. In a down year, quote unquote.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And
Very
but
down,
before he got hurt, like the first year in Brooklyn, before he got hurt, he was averaging 25 and 10. That's what I'm saying. It's not
But-
that
His
but
bad.
down year is better than a lot of guys' best years.
I mean,
Yeah,
but that's still like,
That's all
but
I like
hey,
to talk about.
Russell Westbrook averaged 18 and 18. That was a down year, but that was not a great year for him.
18 and 18.
Yeah, 18, 8, and 8. 18, 8,
Oh,
and 8.
18
my
and
bad.
8. Oh,
18, 8,
okay.
and 8.
I'm about to
Yeah.
say
Well,
that's
like,
a
this
that's
is James
Which is
Harden.
his
Great
career
stat, yeah.
average other than
Which
the
is-
points.
yeah,
But
yeah, let's say that's what he averages though. That's about
Hold
him.
on, bro. I'm gonna go on step me too quick. I'm gonna read
Really
Embiid's
quick,
numbers
Dub.
against the Cavs, 'cause I know Embiid's
Scabaldi,
been
when you
torching
said
the
that you
Cavs.
have no bias takes, he said.
yeah,
January
no, that was
Heat
for
a
sure
bias
off
take.
of bias. I won't lie.
Who
That was
me?
pure heart.
Yeah, I think we figured that one out pretty easy.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler over you was having Jimmy Butler earlier episodes over a lot of guys that was just straight bias.
I mean, he's over them now. So what the fuck is it now?
I think did you not have him over Damian Lillard and
No, never in my life.
Is Jimmy Butler? Is Jimmy Butler? Is Jimmy Butler better than Donovan Mitchell?
That's
Yes.
tough.
Yeah,
I
I would,
think
I would lean more. I would.
Yes.
I would lean more. I would lean more towards Jimmy, but I think D Mitch is like in the same realm.
It's not far off.
what realm is
I don't
that?
think it's far off. I don't.
yeah,
Are we talking about
I-
tiers? Like when we talk about when we talk about tiers and tier 1s, tier 2s, and tier 3s, I think they're all in the same tier probably.
Well, how big is this tier? Like 25 names.
25. Well, you could think of 25 players that's between Jimmy Butler
I'm
and
just
fucking
asking
Donovan
you how
Mitchell.
many players are in this tier.
I think in this tier, I think Jimmy, PG lead that tier. I think Devin Booker's in there, Donovan Mitchell's in there, Zach LaVine's in there. I don't make tier lists though, bro. I mean, I just don't.
I think tiers is the best way to put it though, instead of having number rankings. Because you
Yeah.
put number rankings, it's like tiers. I feel like
I
it's a
think I
little bit
might
better.
pick Jimmy over Donovan Mitchell in terms of like for my game.
I just
For
think Jimmy's just
I think
better
Jimmy
basketball.
is like for sure better.
Nah,
Then
Jimmy.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I think I don't have to think about it personally.
I'm not gonna say. I just don't think it's far off. I
Man,
think
D-
how I
yo,
put it. I don't think it's
y'all
far
think
off.
It's far off, but I
comfortable
think it's
saying
pretty
Jimmy Butler.
easily Jimmy Butler over.
I'm
Donovan.
very-
Yeah, I think right now you take Jimmy, but I don't think it's far off. Like I think if Donovan Mitchell has a different season, they go on a real
I
playoff
don't
run,
think Donovan
conversation
Mitchell
will
can
change.
clear Jimmy Butler. Period, though.
Ever.
But it's like I said, it's not that far
Son,
off. but I just don't
y'all
see
like
it.
y'all. Listen,
Ever.
He's there,
Donovan,
he just won't.
Donovan Mitchell in the postseason, bro. I mean, he had those 2 years against the Clippers and the Nuggets, bro. He went insane. Last year he did okay. It wasn't amazing, but D Mitch, don't sleep on D Mitch, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not.
everyone 3-1 lead with
So
the
Jimmy Butler, somebody put Jimmy Butler antisocial. Put Jimmy Butler tier 3, Donovan Mitchell tier 4.
I agree.
I don't know if I.
No, I got
That's
I think.
fine.
That's
I
right.
I'm
think.
cool with
I
that.
think. I think I'll put Donovan in tier 3. He might be like if Jimmy's at the start of tier 3, then I'd put like somewhere towards the late. Like if you were to put it out, Donovan will be somewhere down there.
So
Who's some
everybody
shooting
help
guards
me,
in
J.
tier
Rob
2?
is
Do it by position. Do it by position. Who are some shooting guards that are in tier 2? If Jimmy Butler's in tier 3, who's in tier 2?
Yeah. No, I didn't say this, bro. So I don't want you to think I said
I'm not
this.
gonna
Yeah, no.
hold on.
Yeah, no. I'm talking to the. I saw the dude that
Yeah.
said it in the chat.
So how many people can be in each tier? Like how many people are higher than
I mean, I think there's no limit to each
no
tier.
limit,
I
yeah.
think if
Because
you
It's
get
all
to the
talent
same
based.
level.
It's talent based.
Like one tier
tier
can
2
have
right
3
now?
guys, another tier can have 7 guys. It just depends.
Is
on
Devin
how
Booker a
close
tier 1 shooting guard or tier 2?
No.
Oh,
shooting
shooting
guard.
guard. Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
a
if
tier
it's
1
shooting
shooting
That's
guard.
what he
Tier
looks like,
1.
right?
Tier 1.
Yeah,
He's tier
so-
1. He's tier
but-
1.
Oh,
Tier
But
his
one
shooting
that-
guard's tier 1, but
It's
in
Donovan
the
Mitchell's
NBA,
a tier
Yeah, I'm
one.
gonna say.
Oh, I thought that's why I said do it about
Shouldn't it mean
y'all were
PG
talking
is
players
tier 1?
overall or positions.
players overall.
I was talking players
Okay,
overall, bro.
okay,
And I was
okay.
Yeah,
thinking-
because that's
I was
unfair to
thinking-
Jimmy. Because Jimmy,
Alright,
can
that's
be
why-
better
yeah,
than
yeah,
Donovan
yeah.
Mitchell, but he's like a
Yeah.
tier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tier
no, I was
Jimmy-
thinking
forward.
when I was saying the tiers, I meant the whole league, bro. The whole league.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah,
okay,
yeah, but I said
okay,
because if we're
that's what I
talking
said.
shooting guards, it makes
Yeah,
everything
it's tier.
a
He's
lot
tier.
more
Okay,
different.
tier 3 is.
Yeah.
J. Rob, do
Because
you think
to
Donovan
me,
Mitchell's?
if we're talking shooting guards,
Say that again.
then PG should be tier 1 if we're just talking shooting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
J.
yeah,
Rob,
yeah,
do you
yeah.
think Donovan Mitchell's a top 15 player in the league?
I mean, I would just say he's top 15 or right there with top 15. Like you know what I'm saying? That part.
I have him at 16. So
I think he's top 20 for sure.
What do you have, Jimmy Butler?
D-Bait. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler. He might be like.
So that's what I'm talking about.
He might
Marz.
be
You
10.
got him.
Jimmy Butler's like
You got
11
him right
through
there in the
15
same
to me.
tier.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
No, that's not the same tier because I'm very.
I don't think it's the same tier either.
See an argument.
I think
after
if you're in the
15,
same tier,
you
there has
drop
to be
a
an
tier.
argument.
I think
between
Donovan
the
Mitchell
veterans
will
and
probably
all
be
that.
in the 20 place. He'd be between
Okay,
18 and
I
20.
see.
He'd be
I
between
see what
18
you're
and 20. For
I don't look
Donovan.
at it like that.
And so
All
who
right.
do you have higher than Donovan Mitchell then?
Me?
On my list of like 20 players.
Yeah.
Bro, we're not listing 20 players.
Yeah, I don't want to do that right
I
there.
wasn't. I was just gonna
We're
say
going.
Devin Booker's at
We've
15.
been here for 3 hours, bro. I can't do that right now.
Yo, Dub. Yo, Dub.
Oh,
What's good, brother?
I gotta look, bro.
Get me on
I gotta
Gridiron. You need to get me on Gridiron. So I can
Gridiron?
and tell y'all why my Patriots are gonna win the AFC East this year.
Yo, that's
God.
fire.
Oh,
Yo.
God.
If you're pulling up to
I
Gridiron,
promise you.
Ace, if you're pulling up to Gridiron to talk to us about Mac Jones, your
I'm
defensive
here.
coordinator and
Talk to me.
special
Mac
teams
Jones,
coach and
Kendrick
coordinator.
Bourne.
I'm with you, bro. I'm
Here,
with you.
I'm
bro.
I promise you I'm here for
I
it.
have no
I'm here
idea what's
for it.
going
I
on.
promise
All
you.
right, let's keep it basketball. Ace, we'll talk about that.
We're bouncing.
I'm
We're bouncing.
gonna come to Gridiron. I'm gonna come to Gridiron.
You're bugging
I'ma
out. You're
message
bugging
you,
out.
bro.
Though.
I'ma
We'll see
message
you
you.
Wednesday.
Let's
We'll see
get
you
out of
Wednesday.
here.
I'll be there
We'll
Wednesday.
see you Wednesday. We'll see you Wednesday.
Yo, thank
Oh,
you.
wait.
What?
Oh, before you do end it, I just want to say this because I remember y'all talking about like MVPs and like narratives and stuff. I think in terms of narrative, this will be the perfect year for Giannis to either Giannis or Luka. I'm mainly looking at Giannis mainly because of like all the discourse about like the whole Gilbert Arenas thing and how everyone's talking about skill and all that. I feel like this is the
True.
perfect year for Giannis to win MVP, mainly because of the story and narrative.
Would love to see him win MVP and then see what Gilbert Arenas says after that. Probably some more.
Dark horse James Harden, and I'll leave it at that. That's less than
Okay.
God.
And on that note, thank you for everyone who came up and chopped it up.
Jamal
and
Murray,
debated.
dark horse.
Thank you, man. Oh yeah,
Hey,
and tell Adele I got
tune into
smoke
Keeping
for
It
him,
G podcast with G, baby.
All right, holla at us.
Like,
Hey,
comment,
Ace.
subscribe, do all the things, man.
Hey, Ace, we're gonna see you Wednesday. Hey, y'all boys.
Yeah,
follow
no, I'm
me.
Next
here.
Wednesday.
I'm
Next
here.
Wednesday.
Next
I got
Wednesday,
you
next
next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
here.
Follow me
Wednesday
on
we're
follow me
going
on
to
Twitch
Disney.
too. You feel me?
Footy on Monday,
I'm here.
tomorrow, September 5th,
I'm going.
and Tuesday.
I'll be live tonight.
Tuesday,
What you
we
playing,
got-
J-Rob?
Hey, Dub. Tuesday,
Oh,
we
wait-
have
oh,
some new
my
stuff
bad.
going on. So make sure you tap in Tuesday night. And we are out of here,
I
Dub.
thought you ended this
Close
shit,
us.
bro.
See ya.